That's a good point. What's
Gee,
up,
Marcus.
everyone? Welcome to SpawnCast episode. Evan, what episode is this?
Should be 75.
70. I thought it was 76. Is it 75?
I'll have to double check, but the last one I have is 74.
Okay, I'll say let's get a judge's rule on that, but we'll go with 75. The 76, we'll just fix it in editing. That's fine. We actually have quite a few people here. Max is actually not feeling well; he's not with us tonight, and Sean is in a parking lot somewhere in Connecticut with a splitting headache, apparently. So he's in Connecticut at a convention. I think Rax is there too. I was trying to get Rax on here as well, and then there was another person I was trying to get on here that we're probably gonna have in the next maybe the next show or probably sometime this month, because he's actually a bigger presence in the homebrew / Switch hacking community. So he's actually a person that has built emulators and stuff for the original Xbox. Even I actually used his emulator, and I found this out on my original Xbox back in the day. So he is a big presence. His channel is good for that too, for Switch homebrew and stuff, and he explains a lot of stuff well. And he made me want to go get a PlayStation Vita TV, but they're like $100-something now. It's modern vintage gaming, so I would check that out. But we're gonna have him on here because I want to talk to him a bit about the cloud save stuff with the hacking community as well, because they've made their own breakthroughs with stuff anyway. So we'll talk to him though in a future SpawnCast. But let me go around here to everyone that's with us. I'm going from on my screen from left to right. We got Bob from Wolf Den. How you doing? You joining us tonight?
How are you?
Good to have you on. Good. Good to have you on here. Then we got Evan, of course. What's up, Evan?
Yep, not much. Just getting some work done always.
Okay. You actually, we'll go over this, but you're now part of the PlayStation community at this point. Mostly because I bought the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 Pro, and you got the old PlayStation 4 Pro. But you're one of the few people with a liquid metal PlayStation 4 Pro. So there you go. But you haven't hooked it up or turned it on. And you don't really have a lot of drive to. So
nope.
Ooh.
These PC gamers around here, I'm telling you. And then we have Miss Click. She's joining us tonight. How's it going?
What's up, guys? Good. How about you guys?
Good. Everything's good. Everything's good, except for on Twitter. Everything's on fire on Twitter.
Yo, man, it's all right. It's a soap opera.
And then we have Nate, Direct Feed Games. I figured he'd want to be on here because we're talking about Nintendo Online and Nintendo Direct. We were originally going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct in full, but it didn't happen. So now we have to wait a little longer. I figured we could do predictions and stuff. And not reveal anything this time, Nate. So, last time you said we were going to have a Nintendo Direct, and we basically were going to have one. So, but it's good to see you here. And then we have OJ, of course, Player Essence. What's up, man?
I'm here. I'm here, ready to go.
He's trying not to say anything.
ready to go. Let's do this.
It's rough online right now.
Let's do this. Tetsuo, I'm watching you, boy. You got you. Okay. Let's see what you can do. Give me your best, man.
Yeah, his OBS is running heavy right now.
Let's go. He's like, this man's doing the Birdman right now. He's
you got to make sure Bob isn't on very often, so you got to make sure he's in the parody.
What's happening?
Oh my god!
He doesn't even know. That's the best part.
What's happening.
Oh god!
There is a very talented editor who takes Tetsuya, who takes the SpawnCast and parodies it and does all kinds of fun stuff with it. And he's great. My favorite one so far.
Do your worst.
you just
that alone. That was a whole 30-minute just those words right there.
It's over.
This man made me look like a Black Howard Stern with Miss Click over here and stuff. Dude, like it was horrible. It was horrible.
Man.
About to get shot by Miss Click's husband. I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. I'm sorry.
Dude, he's so oblivious. He doesn't even know what Twitter is. You're fine.
Okay.
Usually it's the other way around. My wife has no idea what Twitter is.
That's funny.
People in the chat are saying the Philip one is the funniest. That one is really
It was hilarious, dude.
the Philip
making me look like an asshole.
Everybody freaking out laughing. Everybody laughing. The awkward silence into the laugh. I was like, Ted, that is just it was amazing.
See, Nate's smart. He doesn't have a camera, so he's like basically safe.
I can't have a camera because I'd give away too much stuff.
You'd give away too much stuff, yeah.
It's Reggie Fils-Aimé, but are you Reggie?
Oh, that would be a twist right there, man.
Last week he sent me. He was like, "Oh, tell us about a direct." I'm just sitting there like, "What direct?"
Hey, we got it right though. September 6th, and now it's someday at this point. But we'll actually talk about that a bit too. So we're over direct predictions and all that fun stuff. But let's start with what everyone's been playing. We'll talk about some video games first. go around here. What's everyone been playing? Anything good?
Dragon Quest 11 for me, really fun.
I've been playing that as well. I'm liking it. Also, I'm about 15 hours in, and then I had to put it down for Spider-Man, and then I'm gonna go back after Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we have a donation fee for every time he says Spider-Man? We gotta donate like 10 cents or something.
See, I'm very happy about Spider-Man. I'll say that. I'm very excited. Dragon Quest 11 though, I've been playing it as well. I'm glad you played it as well, OJ, because I was concerned that no one else on here would have played it since Max isn't on tonight. What do you think of it so far? Because it is going to come to the Switch as well at a later date. So
should be some news at TGS about that. Yeah, Dragon Quest 11. It's really good. It reminds me of like a PS2 RPG, just like for a PlayStation 4. It's an old school PS2 style RPG, like really polished, no glitches, no bugs, no wonky things going on with it. Everything's really polished and good with the game. I'm really enjoying it. If you like classic RPGs, then it's right up your alley. I'm really liking it. I'm about 10 hours in. The battle system, the pepped up and all the cool stuff that they do there is awesome.
It kind of reminds me of Dragon Quest 8 from the PS2.
Yes, very much.
I love that one. That was great.
Yes, very much like that one. A few like weird, sometimes there's invisible walls, sometimes there isn't. Like when you're running out like in the field, sometimes you just slam right into an invisible wall and sometimes you don't. So yeah, very PS, like that's what will happen with PS2 at times in certain like open area games. So so it has that design too, the weird kind of like auto like forming, like when you try to like tightrope on things, like when you press the X button, he'll just kind of like wobble his way like right to it. So it's not like Xenoblade or other open world games where you can just like freely go. It's very PS2-ish at times. Like the graphics look amazing. The graphics are really good.
Yeah, I like the art style though. I think it looks and that's Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah,
like it doesn't. Again, we see Octopath do something different with it. Now we see that it's really cool what Unreal Engine 4 can do.
Yeah, it's great, and like it's not 60 frames per second on PlayStation 4 Pro, but it doesn't matter. Like it's so smooth and solid, like you don't even notice anything. You know what I'm saying? So like people were worried about that. You don't got to worry about that. Just go pick up the game if you want to play RPG.
It's fantastic. On a 4K monitor. I'm playing on my 4K monitor. It looks great.
Looks great. I'm playing on my Samsung 4K TV. Looks clean. Looks absolutely amazing. So I know a lot of people are playing. They're like, shut up. We're all playing Spider-Man. I know that's what a lot of people are saying. We're all playing Spider-Man. Shut up, you weirdo.
Yeah, I played Dragon Quest 11 from Tuesday to Friday, and then I had to stop. So, but I actually picked that up at midnight. I actually went and bought that at Walmart at midnight. It was fun explaining to the person behind the counter what it was, but they
didn't even. Dude, I pre-ordered my copy and they didn't have it at Best Buy. They're like, oh, we don't have it. You got to drive 100-something miles to Fresno, and I'm like, wow. No. First of all, I don't want to go back to my alma mater. Screw them. I still owe them money. First of all, I don't want to go back there. They still calling me for money.
You stepped foot in a GameStop for that, right?
Huh?
You stepped foot in a GameStop for that.
Yeah, I know. I felt like, oh man, I didn't like it, man.
I went to Target.
I didn't like
Target middle of the day.
You know, the GameStop near me is actually pretty cool. I don't mind the people there, so it's not too bad. But I get what you're saying because some of them aren't very good.
You want to pre-order this, pre-order this. Hey, you want to pre-order? I'm just like, I just felt like just reaching across and just. Okay. I'll stop now. Anyway, what else is people playing?
Bob, you got it also?
I got it. I started it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Dragon
Quest or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been playing Spider-Man. I played The Messenger a little bit more, and Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy.
Mega Man 2. Wow. Okay.
That's what I'm playing.
Nice.
You got that Game Boy Light, right?
Yeah, I just got it. That's why I was testing it out. And I might be getting another one because I saw a good deal on the Pokemon Special Edition one. So I might.
Did you get it? Did you get it online?
Yeah, all on eBay.
And when we were at Too Many Games, Sean got his, and he like walked past it like 8 times. You know, the guy picked him up and was selling them on it.
Was it the guy that I bought my games from? That guy's awesome. Game changer.
No, I don't think so. It's a guy at Too Many Games usually deals with like imports and stuff like that.
Oh, at Too Many Games. Okay.
Yeah,
I got it confused with the other convention.
He got it there. It took some convincing to get it, but he got it. You know, so it's a cool system to get. It is.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
Very neat. Yeah, it's very neat. So Dragon Quest 11 is also on PC. Guys, so if you don't know, you can also get it on there.
It runs pretty good. Just to let you guys know, everything runs pretty good. Although, I think like the recommended to get it 1080p 60 is like a GTX like 1060 or something like that, or 1080 or whatever.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be okay with. I think you'd probably be okay even with like a 1050 Ti.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I think you'd be okay. So Spider-Man. let's talk about Spider-Man, because that's what I've been playing a lot of now. What's everyone thinking? All right, so who's played Spider-Man? Let's go with that first.
Me.
I know Bob has, because I see him on Twitter, and he sees me on Twitter talking about it.
Yeah, talking smack.
Yeah. Who else been playing Spider-Man?
I've honestly been waiting. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, why didn't you get the day of? I honestly was going to, but I legitimately did that with Battle for Azeroth. That's what I was playing. And then we just recently started ranking up towards rank X for Splatoon. So we've been hitting a couple of those. So it's just I got really competitive. But Spider-Man, I was just like, dude, this is looking amazing. Like hearing everybody's incredible reviews of it, I'm just like, dude, it's awesome that we waited this long, but everybody's loving it.
It's been really good. There's some things about it that I'm not as happy with, but I think it's definitely better than the Batman Arkham series. And that was my favorite superhero game up.
It's better than Batman Arkham City, for real?
I do, yes. I think it's better than Arkham City.
I think there's a lot of similarities in, especially the combat. Like the combat system has been ripped off like 1,000 times over since like Assassin's Creed 1.
I think this is the closest though to like that Arkham City fight.
Yeah, it's very, very close.
It's right there.
At least you have his spider sense telling you when to counter, and not something like in the Battle for Middle Earth games where it's literally the X button. They give you the prompts like it's Guitar Hero or something.
Yeah, they worked it in well, and I really like that. All right, so the swinging is awesome, like actually Webb's swinging around and everything. But you get some weird things that happen. Have you seen this, Bob, where you're like flying along really, really fast? There's no drop damage. You just hit the ground. You keep going.
Yes.
And some weird stuff will just happen, like things they obviously didn't account for. They couldn't, like he'll hit the ground and he'll just slide on the ground for a while, and then all of a sudden he's running, and it's very weird. And I might be the only one who thinks this, but I think the running animation up the building just looks dumb.
He runs so fast up the building.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
He runs like 40 miles an hour up that building.
It doesn't make any sense. He must have like calves of like steel, like running up that. It makes no sense. But I think like that looks funny. But otherwise, the web swing is cool. They have a lot of cool little animations. The web actually has to hit something, it seems, from what they're showing.
When I first started playing it, my immediate reaction to the web swinging was that it felt like something was missing. Like I remember there being a button. You know how when you're like on a swing set, and when you want to get higher, you like push your legs out.
Momentum. You're talking about momentum button.
Yeah. Like not at the top of your swing, but like halfway through the swing, you kick your legs out and then you like push up a little more. In Spider-Man for the PS2, there was I think it was X on the PlayStation. You hold it down to gain momentum, and then you let go and you're at the top to push up, and that made you felt like you were really swinging. And that was noticeably missing in this, but you get used to it.
Burgundy says Spider-Man is completely taken over. I guess that's the Reddit game physics with all the weird bugs.
Burnouts. I know him.
I might have to check that out because I have seen some weird things in that game. I think I've played
there's a lot.
6 hours. 6 hours of the game, I think, is what I played.
Characters like deform and stuff.
I've only done like 2 or 3 missions so far. Everything else is just me swinging around, like collecting everything. I'm also, is it just me? The where you're swinging around New York City, it doesn't feel as big as I thought it would. Unless there's like a later part in the game where it opens up further.
So that was like the first thing that I did was to look around and like explore. I went to go try to find my old job, and 23rd to 15th Street was just deleted. So it just skips.
I wonder what that's like.
Smaller. Yeah.
Being familiar with New York. Someone also said that the World Trade area is gone too.
Yeah, they like removed a lot of stuff. Shake Shack isn't there.
Oh man,
not the Shake Shack.
The New York staples.
Yeah. Apparently, like some games do it well. Apparently,
The Division did a good job.
I heard that, and I heard Midnight Club LA, I think, did a good job with Los Angeles, is from what people were saying at one point. But yeah, people are pointing out a lot of things that are apparently missing from their representation of the game. There was a post on Twitter, and I think it might have been, who did that? Was that Danny O'Dwyer? Maybe he posted a picture of the skyline, and Casey Neistat was like, "That's completely wrong. That's not what the skyline looks like."
New York is very big, so I understand a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, that's not what it looks like at all.
But the Division did like a fantastic job at like making it like pretty picture perfect.
Squad HQ's got a call out for Bob. on the show from the Wolf Den. Yes, check him out on the Wolf Den. He did a really cool video. The Game Boy one was really cool.
Oh, thank you very much.
That was really neat. That was a cool idea.
That took forever, that video.
I'm sure. It looked like it took a while. So people should check that out. That was pretty cool. Spider-Man, I recommend.
Need more views.
Yeah. I recommend everyone check out Spider-Man. So far it's been pretty fun. So I need to get a little further in it and play the Max has already beaten the game. I think he 100%ed it. So that's why I want to talk to him about getting further into it. He's like 40 hours in the Dragon Quest, I think, too.
This is why he's taking a break right now.
Does he sleep?
I don't know. He was powering through it all to get reviews out on time, and his Spider-Man one didn't even get out on time because it corrupted and everything. So
God.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. Core Dream Studios, your channel is amazing. Thank you. With a smiley face, actually. Very nice. Thank you. Yes, that was fun for him. But to have Dragon Quest and then Spider-Man come out like 2 or 3 days between each other, that's tough. Dragon Quest 11 is a big game. Anything else that we've been Evan, you've been playing nothing but For Honor, haven't you?
I've been playing a bunch of competitive games, but I picked up the Megaman 11 demo. I'm actually super excited to play that once that comes out.
I played that.
It is insanely fun. I loved it. Did you play around with the difficulty settings to see how it adjusts it?
Not yet, no.
I think I only played the medium.
Yeah, that's what I played, yeah.
It changes the amount of enemies you fight. It changes where the checkpoints go. It actually adjusts a major chunk of the game just to kind of suit your needs, which is really cool. But medium's awesome.
I didn't even beat it on medium. It's so hard.
Well, it throws in that dual gear system, which I mean, John and I guess anyone here has really played Mega Man heavily. You don't use that at all. And how often did you use it in the demo? Because I'd only use it maybe like once or twice the whole way through the level, and it's key and important to actually getting through it easily.
Yeah, I always forgot to use it. I had to like physically remember like, okay, yeah, I got to press RL to activate that. And when you actually do activate like the I think it's L that powers up your buster, that hits hard when you do that. So that helped. That got me through it. Once I like the first few times I failed the demo, and then I realized, oh yeah, I got to use L and R, and then it was a bit easier. R slows down time and makes a lot of things.
If you hit them both at the same time, you actually get enhanced everything, like slow time and damage, but it crashes your system. You have to wait super long time.
It like overheats it completely. So you're just waiting. You're just waiting a while. So it's that's a whole thing. But I like it. I'm looking forward to it. It's a $30 game, so it's not even full price.
That's awesome.
The demo's free. Everyone can go download it now if you want. I think it's on PS4 and Xbox One now as well. I haven't downloaded it yet on either of them, so I'll be checking it out probably on the Xbox One X, because that should give the, I guess, definitive version on consoles, just to say.
Called that. You DM'd me and told me that was gonna release that day. I was like, okay, I guess I'm playing that, and then there it is.
I told a lot of people that, actually. I just told everybody. I was like, hey, I think the Mega Man demo is dropping. I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know if you said I think. You were like, it's dropping. Okay. It's happening.
Okay.
We're doing it. It's going.
So I've been on this Mega Man demo for like a month now, because it was supposed to come out September 4th and it didn't. And I was like, you know what? Nintendo and Capcom are doing the marketing together for a lot of this stuff. It's getting an amiibo. They're going to announce it on that direct. And they didn't even care. They didn't want to wait. They're just like, you know what? Yeah, it's out. So, but I mean, the Switch got a day head start on it and everything. And I do think the Switch version is probably going to be the best seller because, well, it has that amiibo that comes with it. And it's, I don't want to say it's an indie game, but it definitely has that, that 2D side-scrolling feel. So I think it'll sell better on the
Switch. There's no advantage, like graphically. It's like any game that it's going to come out on all the systems, and graphically there's like going to be no differences. I think Switch is always going to do better because you can play it. Like, why not get the portable version? Remember,
that's what I said.
You used to have to pay for that crap. Remember back in the 3DS and Wii U days, we used to have to pay for a portable version of the game. So it was like any game that's like that is always going to do better on Switch.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way I looked at it. I'm like, if it's going to play the same on either, then I'll get it on the Switch just because you have that portable aspect to it too. Why not? So really the only time you got to pick is if there is a difference in resolution, like Doom, for example. You might be like, oh, okay,
frame rate and resolution.
I'll get it on PC.
Some people have really love like trophies and stuff like that too. So that's also another thing for some people. Achievements, trophies.
Yes, that was that's actually a pretty big factor for a lot of people. The trophies and the achievements and stuff. Those were the old days. I used to be someone who'd search around for trophy or achievements. I was never a big trophy person on PlayStation, but achievements on the 360, I was on it.
Yeah, back when you didn't have a child, back when you didn't have back when you actually could do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, man, I was an achievement hunter too.
Yeah, I was renting Avatar. I was renting College Hoops 2K8. You know, I'd get those achievements in 10 minutes, and that thing would go right back to Blockbuster.
I played backyard baseball for some reason because the achievements were easy. I was like, backyard baseball, it is. Let's go.
Avatar was hilarious because you had to get I think it was like a 50-hit combo, and you could do that in about 30 seconds, and it gives you all 1,000 right there.
I did the same. I wasn't even an achievement hunter, and I did that.
Yeah, it was so easy. Like it was so easy, and people were like, I know some people probably bought it for that, but I was just renting these things from Blockbuster. I was like, let's go.
I would just get it from GameStop used and then just return it. Get your achievements. Right back to it, and I'd let them know, hey, I achievement hunted this, and I'd smile and give it right back to him. So,
yeah, when I worked at GameStop, that's when I was like in my prime for like achievement hunting because they would let us take games out and then bring them back after like 2 or 3 days. So my name was down. There's a little sign out sheet. My name was like 8 in a row because I was just grabbing like these terrible games. I think I took out like 3 games in one day, just bringing it back over and over again. So it was great. Wishbone, I might put Liquid Metal on the Spider-Man Pro because it is very loud, and it's new, so that's concerning. But I might do that just because like the one Evan you have is very quiet because of that stuff. Whenever you decide to turn it on, 3 years from now, you'll see. Maybe you'll get Last of Us or something. I don't know. You don't even seem that interested in Spider-Man.
Not extensively. No, I mean, we talked about it before this, but I'm waiting for superhero games to really get that feel that I've wanted in a superhero game. Because really, the combat system in this, I know we talked about it's kind of ripped off from Batman Arkham, but there was a PlayStation 2 Jet Li game called I think Rise of Honor or something, which is this combat system. 100%.
I remember that. I remember the Bruce Lee game a lot too.
Yeah, so it's like it's still missing. A lot of these superhero games are missing that factor that I feel like it's 2018. Why are we doing the same exact systems as we were back in like 2012 for superhero games? Why can't they add that extra layer beyond just visual fidelity? So
they did add some cool stuff with it when you're dodging. Like he'll grab them with his web and like slide under their legs and stuff. And there's some cool animations they put in there.
Yeah, that's just the animation side of it, and that's fine. That's good. But there's something missing always, I feel like. So I might get it eventually, maybe like a $30 game type deal, but we'll see.
They do some cool stuff with the upgrades too, like how you get you actually get different suits. I think there's like 20 or 30 suits in the game too. There's a lot of suits. But you get suits and each suit gives you different power-ups and they look cool. Like you got like the Noir Spider-Man one, and its power that it gives you is to stop them from calling back up, and it goes like black and white when you hit the ability. So there's some cool stuff in there.
It's definitely fun when you chain it all together, but so is Arkham when you chain it all together. It's like this. It's good. It's fun. It works. Yeah. But you're right. It's the same thing we've seen in a lot of AAA games, and even like the tower system, how you have to unlock the towers to unlock more of the map. Like that's in every AAA game. There's these weird little mini games that are just like time wasters, But it's still a really good game. It's just
there's going to be moments that shine through it. Like again, before this, I was talking to John. Even though Prototype 2 wasn't really that great of a game, there were still fantastic moments in it, especially in the final zone where you just have a superhero versus supervillain battle in a city among people. Like that is fantastic. Just getting chucked around, thrown through cars, actually blowing everything up just to kill the other guy. It's just great.
What I do like is the story is original. Like it's actually like watching a movie. I can't say that actually because that would spoil. I mean, it's pretty early on. I don't know. There's a person in the game that's in every movie.
Yes. I heard there are a lot of Easter eggs even to the existing cinematic universe, which I thought was cool that they are at this point able to connect it.
Yeah,
because I heard there are a lot of Daredevil Easter eggs too, and I'm a huge Marvel Daredevil fan right now. So people are like, "Oh, this, and this." Well, I'm like, "Stop, please!"
I have not beaten the game or anything, but apparently, from a lot of the reviews and stuff, it kind of leaves room for the next one, like the next game. So
they're opening up a universe, their own little cinematic universe.
Yeah, if they do a Daredevil game, that would be awesome.
Oh God!
They'd be able to use it, of course. Black screen. They'd be able to use a similar battle system, I think, too, just because the way Daredevil like fights and everything. So that would be cool. I would play that. I would play that.
You can't even like see anything. Everything's just like fiery, kind of blurry. You know, you got to do all the senses before.
Yeah, how do they do that? How would they do that? I guess they'd have like his own, like you press R3 and it like does the red and black senses.
Yeah, like in every freaking game like this, at least they'd have a reason to do it that time.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that, guys. This is just let him be blind, and we can just watch him on the television.
There's that. I mean, there's that one game, the Quiet Man that Square's doing, and there's no audio.
The Quiet Man is a piece of crap.
You don't like? Did you see the gameplay for it? Did you see the gameplay for it? Oh man, it needs some work.
It's garbage. The game actually makes no sense. All of a sudden, you're controlling the character. There's no audio. The combat is all screwed up. Like the animations are jerky, and then it just randomly is a film.
Is it coming out? Is it coming out this year?
Yeah, it's going to be out in probably like
wow. That does not look ready to be out. I'm going to be honest. Some of the gameplay they were showing looked alpha. Like it did not look good.
The game is 70 minutes long.
Oh wow! Really? Is it going to be like? Is it going to be like $20?
The demo at PAX West, the media was supposed to play 15 minutes. They had the full game, so people played like an hour, and they got to the final sequence.
Oh,
that's awkward.
Is this going to be like episodes or something?
No, this is like the whole thing.
Wow. I hope that's like
I mean, I've had people who played it and they've honestly are sitting here telling me that like, I hope Square cancels it because this game is so bad that they shouldn't even bother releasing it because it's just going to hurt their brand.
Wow. I hope that's like a $20 game.
I hope it's like PlayStation Plus and it's just free in general for everybody and nobody downloads it.
It's just a tech demo they released just so people can check it out for free.
Let me turn Nate up a little bit. People said you're a little low. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit on my end. See if that for your mic. All right, hopefully that helps. We'll see. They give a little control panel here where you can turn people up and down. There we go. Okay. So anything else, guys, we've been playing before we get into some of the topics? Anything good? Anything I missed? I missed that Megaman 11 demo completely. So thanks, Evan. Good job. You caught that one. I don't know how I missed it either because I was the one apparently talking.
You literally
I was the one telling everybody about it.
Spider-Man.
I'm not going to play anything till Torna comes out, so I'm getting myself hyped up and ready for Torna.
That's soon, right?
It's Friday, Thursday,
week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thursday. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. 13th. Yeah, Thursday. It could be on the same day as the Nintendo. Well, I guess we'll talk about it.
And you can just jump right into that one, right? You don't need like save data from the other one.
No, it's a standalone. Torna's there's been a lot of confusion, so we have a lot of people here. So let me just get this out real quick, guys. You can buy Torna: The Golden Country standalone. If you have not played or beat or don't know anything about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can still play Torna: The Golden Country. However, you won't be able to play it next week. The physical edition comes out on the 21st, which is the following Friday. If you have the expansion pass with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you'll be able to play it Thursday digitally. When you buy the game physically, you get the expansion pass, but you also need Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in order to take advantage of that. But you will get a physical cartridge for Torna: The Golden Country, which there was a lot of confusion on there, guys. So if you want to play the game, you want the physical, you got to wait till the 21st. If you want to play it next week, on Thursday, you can get it on through the expansion pass for $30. You save $10 too.
Does the physical one come on a cartridge?
Yes, it comes on a cartridge, its own box cartridge and everything, and it's completely standalone. You do not need to have any type of save data or anything. However, I highly recommend playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 before you get into Torna: The Golden Country. Although Torna: The Golden Country is almost like a whole separate game, guys. Nintendo said 40 hours. I'm thinking more it's going to be like 70 to 80 hours or something like that. And they removed core crystal system. There's a lot of things that like the game is a little bit sharper visually. And there's just like, you only have a couple different blades to pick from. So it's a little bit more centered and focused type of RPG. So it is different from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Has the same battle system, but a lot of different perks. Oh, and you can switch between blades and drivers at any point. You don't just have to use one or the other. Like you can switch between them. Doesn't matter.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
But
You're ready for that, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Nice,
just a little bit.
Hey, man, it's fun to be excited about a game coming out. Absolutely. All right, so do we want to talk about the Nintendo Direct first, or we want to talk about the cloud saves first? What do you guys think? What do you want to get out of the way first? I know I've talked to Nate about this, and you were talking about the online having some issues before we even got to it, just from your thoughts previously. So I don't know if you guys want to talk about the Direct first that we're waiting for.
Cloud saves first.
All right. Yeah, because the Direct will be a little more lighthearted to talk about. Cloud saves are interesting online. Twitter like really like caught on fire. It was like earlier today or yesterday? No, I guess it was yesterday when we found out that it's not going to be supporting all titles, and it seems to be some of their first party titles aren't supported either, including Pokemon Let's Go anyway, and Splatoon 2. Now, third-party ones, I thought they'd be hit or miss with some of the third-party ones because they have to apparently go back and they have to update some of it, or apparently check a box or whatnot. So what we know now is NBA 2K19, I believe. I think FIFA, which I figure FIFA is probably EA deals with all that because they're dealing with microtransactions. Same with NBA, so they probably back all that stuff up themselves anyway. But Splatoon 2 seems to be the one that everyone's really, really stuck on right now. It's not stored on their own. It's not server side. It's all stored on your system, which I double checked because I got the other Switch that I could transfer my licensing to, and I downloaded it. And yeah, none of your information's there. It's just gone. So if you're rank X or whatnot, it's just gone. It's just no. People were saying they spent like 200, 300 hours in it. It's not there anymore, which is weird for an online game. That's very odd because Bob, you said that the hacking that takes place is literally like the easiest thing in the world in Splatoon.
Supposedly, like I've never done it myself, but apparently it's like a plain text thing that you do on like to like your save file. You just change the power level of your weapon, and then all of a sudden you can just wreck people.
Wait, how do I do that? Hold on. Let me write this. That's good. I wanted to have a modern vintage gamer on here because he could explain this like to a T for us. He could tell us exactly. I mean, not that he's out there doing it, but he understands the system well enough to explain it very, very well in depth as to how it all happens. And we'll work on getting him on here so we can do that because he does a good job with it on his channel for that. So, but where are we guys on this cloud save? Because it seems really, really polarizing for a lot of people. Some people just don't care, and that's fine. But some people are just they're not happy.
Yeah, they have a bad set. Nintendo has a bad setup, and we've known this. Nintendo is really bad at online, and they screwed up with Splatoon by not making the saves on a server somewhere for your for the multiplayer, and fixing that is going to take a lot of work. So they have to work backwards, and it sucks, but that just is what it is.
It almost seemed like they were like, well, we can't make it work. So, oh, well,
yeah, they're kind of like giving up a little bit.
They responded to Game Informer and they said that we can't make it happen because of cheating, right? Like the possibility of that.
Yeah.
I think it's just the current way that it is set up, and with being as obsessed as I am with Splatoon, it kind of sucks. Like if my Switch caught on fire and blew up, everything would be gone. At the same time, I wasn't worried about that before. I'm not really worried about that now. So like, I understand there is that concern, but at the same time, I was kind of glad they came out and were honest about it as far as the way we have things set up right now. Our infrastructure for this whole online system is not going to be, cheat or hack or exploit proof. I'm glad that they kind of came out and said that, because I'd be freaking pissed if I found out that there were other players that were able to find a loophole and use that at advantage, because it's a competitive game when you're putting that many hours into it. It's like, that would freaking piss me off, So it sucks. But at the point, it's like when this actually begins to mature, like who's to say that they won't be able to fix it in the long run?
That's the thing. It'll change over time. But the thing that I don't understand about the comment that they made for hacking the Switch and cheating, their system is completely hacked and opened as it is. I can get a paperclip off my desk and my Switch is now hacked. Congratulations.
Dude, they're banning left and right too, though. I have so many people coming in talking about how much they get banned because I did this or that. And I'm like, they have zero tolerance,
Yeah.
Like, why?
But like storing stuff in the cloud, that should be the easiest way to detect this stuff in the first place.
You would think so.
Your stuff is hacked. We got you because you're on our servers.
Hopefully, being able to pay for this service will give them some resources to fix things.
Yes.
Hopefully this in the future we won't have problems like this.
Right.
But again, that's all up to Nintendo to actually do a good job.
There's some trust there, right? Like we gotta try, because they're gonna make a lot of money from that. I mean, $20 per person doesn't sound like a lot, but based on the amount of people that probably will pay, I mean, if 1 million people pay, that's $20 million a year.
Well, we were talking because I was hanging out with Stealth. He was with me on stream a couple minutes ago, and we were talking, at what point would there be a threshold? Would they need to raise the price, or would there be tiers implemented as far as for different benefits or perks that you could get?
I talked about this too. There's no way it's going to stay $20 a year forever because they value their IPs so much, and they talk about adding more games to their library of that, right? Like 20 NES games. What if it turns into 20 NES games in like 10 Super Nintendo games and 5 N64 games, and maybe the GameCube working, and here's Smash Melee. I feel like that eventually turns into like 50 or 60 a year.
What if only the NES games come with it, and then they release like Super Nintendo games for another tier, like you guys were saying, or maybe just a solid price? A lot of people are pissed. They want these games to be piecemeal. They want to just pick the ones that they want, even though that'd be a lot more expensive than what we're getting.
Guys, I'm gonna go over super chats at 10, so in about 24 minutes, guys. I see them popping up though, and we'll go through them then. I'll just keep everything on track. What do you think, OJ, about the situation?
Well, there should just be, I mean, I don't know. I'm not big on the whole like cloud stuff. I've never used cloud backups for any system that I've got. Like PC, when I did it was by pure accident. It just happened because my PC like recovered. You know, I had to fix everything. So that's the only time that I can remember using it. I'm just like a local backup guy. Like, why can't we just?
I was going to bring that up because I just used the local backup save on the PS4, and it was the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, why can't Nintendo just do local backups? So this whole cloud stuff just kind of goes away. Now, and I think it's because of hacking or something like that. Is that the reason why?
It can't be. That system is hacked like crazy.
Well, I mean, then look, there needs to be something. I would like more of a, like an explanation. Like, why isn't there local backups more so than anything? I know in the past, Nintendo's done local backups with like the Wii and with the Wii U, right? You could do local backups, and I know there was exploits there to hack the system to homebrew from like the SD cards and things like that. But at the same time, like, we're paying you, so therefore your security should go up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to weed out the people that are doing things, So I do think that, yes, it's going to bring in some more idiots or people who want to cheat because they got nothing better to do, no life, no girlfriend, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got nothing better to do, so that this is what they do. But at the same time, like, they're paying them, so there needs to be like better, like anti-cheat protection and all that stuff.
I thought about this. Money. If there was local backups, I would not care at all about clouds. Like, I'll be honest, I would not care because I back up my my PS4. I back up probably once a month to a USB stick because if you only back up your saves and like my system settings, it's like 4 gigabytes, and I have like a 16 gigabyte USB stick. This one that I just leave around. It just sits right next to it, and that's what I back my stuff up to once a month. And when I went to restore it to this Spider-Man PS4 Pro, which by the way, it's like a not for resale thing on the back. So I have like one of the fancy not for resale. You know that Yoshi's Story not for resale on the 64 is like $200. I'm saving this one, man. That's gonna be worth something soon. But you should wait till the video tomorrow.
This dude hits like PS4s with hammers and stuff. That's absolutely nothing. Like, a box.
I hit something with a hammer tomorrow, so wait for that video.
Oh, yes.
It may or may not be the PS4 Pro I gave Evan today.
Is that why it's missing screws? God,
yeah.
Yo, you guys got those hammer emotes in the chat? Let's get a couple hammer emotes though.
It survived though. It works, Evan. So it's fun flying. It's very odd that there's no local saves right now. I feel like they would introduce it with the online. Like, I feel like that might be a system update, because at that point they would then be putting saves behind, like a way to back your saves behind a paywall then, right? Like, that'd be the only way to...
I just want a local... I just want... Like I said, I don't really go much into the chat here, but somebody said I'm a Nintendo for wanting local backup. So
that's a good one.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I have 2 college degrees, so I'm really that Nintendo with two of them. Really silly.
They're both in Nintendo.
They're both in Nintendo and tardness. I don't know.
I think having a free local backup is like a necessity.
I apparently you're Nintendo for wanting that. So there you go.
It'll I mean, local will happen. Well, right now their incentive to get you to subscribe to their online service is the cloud saves. The problem is that Nintendo is just treating cloud saves in the most basic way, in the most traditional Nintendo fashion.
Yeah, it's the next stage of voice chat.
I mean, oh gosh, oh no, that voice chat. Fortnite's just making Nintendo look bad right now. Everything's backed up to them. They have native voice chat on the system.
Listen, man, all I'm saying is I'm glad there's no voice chat on Splatoon right now. Okay, because I would have said a couple things to some different part of America, and it would have. Yeah, Let's just leave it at that. So,
oh man, yeah, it's really weird because, like I said, we've had local backups on everything, and it's everyone else does it. So I think you're right, Nate. I think they will come eventually, but I'd like them now. So that's me. I'd like
to transfer stuff from one DS to another DS or a 3DS. It's like an absolute nightmare.
Is it really? It's bad.
Oh yeah. The Pikmin, they take forever.
It's insane. So like they're still working on like an archaic system like that. Like if you lose your Switch, I'm sure, John, you've done this. You have to transfer everything. It is an absolute nightmare.
I had to call Nintendo, and they gave me a hard time for transferring my license over.
Yeah.
They were like mad at me. They were like, "What are you calling me for?" I just wanted the $2,000 that I have in games put onto this Switch now. If you could do that for me, and they were like, "Fine, I'll do it this time." Jeez.
Yeah, you get one. Like,
okay,
you get one.
Sorry.
I thought they were gonna be like, "How about no?" I thought they were gonna do like that.
Yeah, right. Oh man. Oh man. So that's gonna be fun. We'll see, because I feel like they'll get there eventually. I'd like to see them make it so you can back up to like your SD card or back it up to a USB stick.
Right.
USB stick would be gravy, man. Just pop a USB stick there on the side and just be able to local backup. I don't see why that's been such an issue. Like and like I said, I think it would get rid of a lot of this. I think it'd actually get rid of all of it completely.
I think so. Yeah, because it's free. Okay, and you have it. It's not on a server, thousands of miles from you.
I don't want to pay for local backups either. I don't want to pay for cloud backups. Like I don't want to. That's not the reason why I'm buying this service. Like I'm getting it because I have to buy it to play Smash Brothers. But like the local backup should just be free. That should just be a free thing that they already have on the system. I don't know what's holding up, and I'm hoping that they added it.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's done within the first 2 years of the system being out. That's March. I would like to see it done by the time cloud saves get introduced, so people aren't feel like they're being pushed towards a paywall.
Exactly. Well, I said it should have already been happened. Like a while ago. Like they should have already got it done. Like with a couple system updates, it should have been done. So yeah, I think that's the same thing. Like they shouldn't. Like people have to feel like, okay, well now in order to have my data protected or saved, like I gotta get this online because of that. So I mean, I think that's the wrong reason to buy the online. If that's the only reason why you're getting it, I'm not sure. I think you should hold out and just.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's literally given no reason for you to subscribe this month. Why am I buying this service in September?
If you want to play Splatoon.
Yeah.
Or if you want to play the games that Mario Kart, you got to have.
It's not going to end at the end of September, like your 1 month subscription. It'll carry on for 30 days, I'm assuming.
Is it? Yeah. So are those the two big games, Splatoon and Mario Kart? Are those the two things that are right now? Obviously, Smash
if you're not including smaller titles, which is what, like
ARMS,
stuff like that.
Yeah, it appears that Fortnite won't need that service to play.
No, free to play games don't need it. Paladins,
like,
Fortnite. Yeah.
I mean, we'll say Splatoon 2, but this is still a game that came out a year ago. Their online service right now is, I want you to give me $20 a year to play a game that you've been playing for 13 months or more.
Yeah, but it's $20 versus what? What are the others, 60?
But it's still, at the end of the day, it's just, they're not giving an incentive to subscribe immediately. They're not offering it.
Yeah, your games aren't going to work.
Here's how you do it. Okay, here's how you get people to sign up. And apparently, someone sent me a message. They're like, "Hey, they're talking about that on MVC yesterday." I talked about this earlier in the week. You bring out a beta or a demo for Smash, and you launch it alongside of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, ideally, you would have had Smash Brothers launch in September.
Oh yeah.
That way, people would say, "Oh my God, I need to play Smash Bros. I'm subscribing." Right now, it's, hey, look at the established online games we've had for over a year. Now give us $20 to play it. Now, if I'm a casual Mario Kart player, I've played it for 18 months. Why am I giving you $20 now? I've had my fill. I'm done.
Okay.
Give me. If you're not done, if you play every week, all of a sudden now you got to pay $20. You're going to pay that $20.
But at the same time, there's competition. There's a larger roster of software hitting the system right now. I can play, there's tons of games coming out in September alone.
It sounds to me like you're not the demographic here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that are coming out that you need, like if it's like third-party games too. Some of them you do need it. It's not like you can play third-party games for free or whatever. Like the free-to-play games, but there are going to be
games that are out, like Blaze Blue and all that, still needed, I think, right?
Yeah, they need the online, right?
Dragon Ball Fighters coming up.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty sure you need to pay to play lot of the games.
Well, I'm just looking at it as, look at what are they're giving me no incentive from a first party standpoint right now to subscribe to this service, except for old games. I mean, it'd be like Sony launching PlayStation Plus right now and saying, "Oh, our online game right now is Uncharted 4." Well,
I'm most hype for the NES games. That's what I'm getting. Day one.
I mean, if you're excited for the NES games, then they already got you basically.
No, I see what Nate is saying for somebody like I said, maybe that's not as invested into Nintendo.
Yeah, if I'm not invested in the Nintendo first party efforts, and you're going to say you have to subscribe now for online, I'm like, well, the only game I'm going to play is Smash Brothers. Well, I'm going to wait till December.
You know what?
I'm going to pay it monthly.
I was thinking about this the other day. Do you think that they didn't want to launch Smash and the online service together because they're concerned that the online service would literally catch on fire because they need to establish it and get it ready before Smash even comes out?
Yeah. Which is why they should have launched. They should have a beta within the first couple of weeks, unless the service going up. Get it tested immediately.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're testing it at low bandwidth, so that it doesn't catch fire.
The service itself is going to be low bandwidth because it's not actually dedicated service. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's what we're using. It's what we're using right now.
That sucks.
I'm paying $20 for cloud saves and online NES games. Give me a reason to subscribe because you're not offering me a better online service.
Let me OJ, let me ask you this. Smash on the Wii U. You're very, very familiar with it.
Obviously. A little bit, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You said you had like 2,000 hours in it or something, right?
Somewhere around there. If you count the 3DS, maybe 3,000.
Okay. Yeah. How looking at the online, how was the online for that game? Because I really didn't play it online much.
When two people have good connections, it works really good. Yep. When somebody has a bad connection,
okay.
Player, yeah.
I'm concerned because it's still going to be peer to peer. If people are paying $20 a year for it, or just paying in general, and it's not good when you're playing online, I feel like that would be bad. I feel like that would annoy people.
It's just hard to control it, especially if you're going to be a portable console. You have kids who are going to sit at the kitchen table on Wi-Fi. Right. There's nothing you can really do to prevent that.
We'll have dedicated servers.
Well, the thing about it is with
doesn't change Wi-Fi.
With fighting games in particular, most, if not all, run on peer-to-peer. This is on PS4 and Xbox One as well. It's a peer, like you can play Street Fighter 4 and there is just laggy connections. People complain about that all the Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 laggy connections. People complain about that all the time. It's really just based on the other person's connections. That's why the biggest thing is the biggest thing that Nintendo needs to add for this is to be able to see somebody's connection before you jump into the match.
Yes, that's good.
Which they didn't have that in Smash Brothers for Wii U. I think they had it a little bit in Mario Tennis, but sometimes it would lie to you.
It tell you like 3 bars.
It tells you it in the moment, but that can shift.
That can shift.
Street Fighter 5 on PC, I get people who are 5 and I'll still get rollback.
You need actual ping numbers or something.
Yeah, you need actual ping numbers or something like that so you can see, so we know going into it. But for the most part, man, I mean, I think that with that game, peer to peer, that's just how fighting games work. You don't get that. You pay $60 on PS4 and Xbox One. You don't get dedicated servers with fighting games.
The game I really remember them making a big deal about dedicated servers was Battlefield back in the day. They made a big deal about that back in the day, trying to sell people on it.
Yeah. Because it'd be a lot better experience. Because I know some Call of Duty games still ran on peer to peer, but now they switched over to servers. Or
I know EA pushes that. I don't know what Activision. I don't know if Activision does dedicated servers. I know EA pushes hard for dedicated servers for Battlefield. But Max played the Battlefield beta, and he said it was not good. So
that's happening right now, right? The Battlefield beta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I booted it up. I played a match and I said, "This is trash."
I didn't play it.
I'm not the best person to go when it comes to these things, but I've been watching it. It's not fun to watch on. Usually I can I don't play a lot of these newer AAA games and all that, but I watch them on Twitch because I think that they're cool to watch other people play. But Battlefield 5 isn't fun to play or to watch. It's not even I've been trying to watch it, Sakura and some of the bigger streamers. I'm just it's not very fun to watch either. So that's my thoughts on it.
Max had some weird glitches that he ran into, which was really funny.
I watched Max's video, and I've tried to give it a chance just to at least watch it, and it's just not even fun to watch. I'd rather watch somebody play Rocket League or or something else, or Call of Duty, man, or even other games. I watch a lot of the Scrum, the new game that came out, the new Battle Royale. I don't know if any of you guys heard that game. But
apparently it sold well. It sold 200-something thousand copies and very quickly.
Watch people play that. Even PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I'll watch more. And I don't like that game at all. I freaking hate that game, but I'll watch other people play it.
So Nate, you're not sold on the online service. You don't think it's a good thing?
No, the online service is awful. I mean,
let me ask you, does this have Nintendo Japan written all over it?
Yes, this is a pure Nintendo of Japan solution. Because I mean,
I thought too. Yeah.
Right now we're in the beta of the online service. We have a terrible voice solution with the app that only works for Splatoon 2 right now, which will eventually, roll out to other games like Mario Kart 8 and I guess ARMS and Smash Brothers. So I still don't understand what I'm paying $20 for. I'm paying $20 for saves.
I thought that app was going away. I was so hopeful when they didn't do anything to it for like
still hopeful. Then you scroll down the news for the release and it's just at the bottom, oh, you also get this awesome app, and I just closed the window out and walked away from my computer.
I mean, I'm fully expecting Nintendo to put out a press release or even in the direct and say, if you want to send a text message to your friend, just use your phone.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Like we've only been doing that for 25 years.
Oh man, because you could send messages on like the Wii U and everything, and we can't.
Yeah, I mean the Wii U.
It was horrible though.
Yeah, it doesn't Miiverse. You didn't even know you got the notification. You're gonna go to Miiverse to read it. Say your friend, let's play Smash Brothers. Like 4 days later.
That's what we need. More Miiverse.
Miiverse is not implemented well. I mean, it was a cool idea.
The only good thing about Miiverse was the Smash tourneys, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't like booting up Miiverse. I just hated it because it just took so long, and then let me tell you what time it is in freaking Japan right now.
The Switch versus the Wii U in terms of the OS being really it's so much faster on the Switch.
Oh,
it's just a million times better. But I don't know. This is going to be interesting because they haven't even really told us everything I think we need to know. They had to have Game Informer poke them to get some kind of statement. I feel like a lot of that has to do with the direct getting pushed and everything. I feel like they were going to explain a lot, but
I'm not exactly aware. Where exactly did the info come from? Because that's
Game Informer or the info about the games
in general. Because I feel like I haven't got a sure answer on that.
They were adding text was added to Nintendo's. If you go to the product page for each one in the fine print at the bottom, Nintendo had added
what games weren't.
It just said not compatible with cloud saves, and people went through all the pages and found certain games that had that text. And then Game Informer reached out to Nintendo. Nintendo confirmed it for Splatoon 2 and then explained why, which seemed to cite cheating and stuff. Duplication with Pokemon, for example, was one I think that people are worried about. I saw some people like Cerebi.net, I think. Their Twitter handle was talking about it, where apparently if you have cloud saves in it, you can clone Pokemon. Is what they were expecting.
Supposedly in Splatoon 2, it was duping guns. That was the big thing.
Not just guns, but also re-rolls and chunks and dropping ranks. And it's just it would mess up the whole rank system.
Because they're not storing the save files on, I guess, for online. Yeah, it's not separated from your single-player save file.
See, because when you play Call of Duty or something or Battlefield, you log in and all of your stuff, even if you're on a different system, just shows up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it pulls it from a server. Yeah.
Same way in Halo. I'd go to someone else's Xbox, I'd sign in, and boom, there's my level, there's everything. So at one point, you could actually, this was cool with Halo 3, they incorporated cloud upload for your different videos and screenshots, and you go to different people's Xboxes, and they would still be there. And that was back in 2007, 2008. Yeah, right.
Microsoft is light years ahead of Nintendo when it comes to online infrastructure and systems. They got the multi-billion-dollar back, and they've been doing it for a long time. So when I see people say, "Oh, well, they can just implement a system like Microsoft," I'm like,
copyright.
If you have a 360 game on your Xbox One, you can use your cloud save from the 360.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that happened with Burnout. It happened with Burnout. It came in, it was
really? Wait, the remaster of Burnout?
No, they made Burnout 3. Burnout 3. They made that backwards compatible, and I bought it for $10.
Love that game.
And it popped up, and it was like, "Oh, do you want to continue your game?" I was like, "What?" I hit continue, and it was where I was back in mid 2000s or whatever.
That's amazing.
I was like, "Whoa, this is insane."
That's the one thing Microsoft is the best out of the big three, making the systems, OS, cloud saves. Microsoft does it better than everybody. That's
they pretty much own the game, though. So yeah.
It's not even. That's why I was saying if they go forward with that Scarlet Cloud thing, I don't think Sony or Nintendo would be able to match that at all. So that's why I kept saying that. It's they're good at it. They're good at online.
They just can't actually make any games. But outside of that, I mean, they're good at everything else.
Well, they might be changing that in the next year or two.
Yeah, they got a lot of developers now.
Yes, they are working on some stuff. So it's gonna be fun. If you're a Microsoft fan of some of their older IPs, you're in it.
I'm a Microsoft fan, definitely.
You're gonna have some. OJ. I think their next system is gonna be closer to what the 360 was in terms of games.
I hope so. People don't know that about me, but I mean, I've told you guys, but I'm actually a really huge Microsoft fan.
The 360 is one of my favorite systems ever made.
The 360 is like
an system.
Outside of if it didn't blow up every now and then,
yeah, like a 50% failure rate. Or
yeah.
Okay, the
365 with 80 refail. Yeah.
Oh gosh, the 360 Slim is the best system ever made.
Yeah. The one thing I have the newer ones. Those systems I put in the top 3 easily for me. It's sort of like systems all the time. It's great. So I'm hoping that Microsoft can get back to that. But I've always loved Microsoft's OSs and their service. I think their service is. I mean, if you want to pay $60, I think it's worth it more than like Sony's or anything. You know, this is my opinion though.
Their cloud saves are free too, from what I remember.
Yeah.
They
and you keep your games too from like the service. Like
I couldn't figure out how it works because on their website it says that you need a gold account, but everybody's saying that it's free.
No, I think you just need to have a email and everything to sign up with them so they know where to store it. But it should be free. I think if you go into like your saves, you can just go to cloud. And the reason they do that is because they use that for like to help sell their servers even more. It's part of their portfolio. Oh. Look at all the saves we back up, millions and millions of saves. Give us money for your business to use our servers. And then Ubisoft says, okay. And then they host PS4 games of Rainbow Six on there. Oh man. People were so confused when that happened. So the online service we think is launching 20th September. Anyone have any guesses?
20th or 28th, you're saying?
I got 28th. I got that's like the last
My
Friday.
money's on whatever you got it on.
Oh gosh, no. Nate, I think Nate's opinion's pretty good too. You can trust Nate.
Nate doesn't sound like he wants any part of this.
I am not dropping a date on that.
Yeah. I'm taking a guess. I'm saying the 28th. That's the last Friday, and I think it basically you buy it there, and it covers basically all of October essentially too. So because I assume it'll just, the next month on the 28th.
Yeah, you only get like 3 days out of it.
I guess if you want to do the one, everyone's going to sign up for the full year though. So I don't think
plan. You got 7 other people. You want to do a family plan?
I don't know how that's going to work, man. I don't know if it's going to be like if anything gets locked up. I don't know. It's $20. It's like I mean, my online spending is already $120 a year, so now it's $140 a year.
Oh, with all the other systems. Yeah.
I would actually buy like PlayStation and PS. If it was $20 a year, I'd actually buy it. But it's just at 60, it's just like meh. Well, you get all this on PC for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's the return to my original point. Is people are paying $60 for Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus, and then there's a lot of people saying, no, this isn't worth it anymore. But you're getting more games, more value at $60, and you're getting for this $20 piece of shit.
Well, the thing about it is like, I mean, and I get that, but I mean, they're giving for a lot of people, they're giving you a bunch of stuff that you don't like. I don't want a bunch of games that are going to fill up my hard drive, a bunch of old games that are going to fill up my hard drive, and then I'm not going to have time to play because I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give you a bunch of stuff that I don't care about, but I understand. I think that the services are amazing, but if there was an option to not get all their extra crap and I can just play the game for 20, like let's just say they don't give me the extra crap, I would totally take that option over paying 60 for a bunch of crap thrown at you, that I don't want. I don't want like a free download of Destiny 2. No, I don't give a damn about Destiny 2. If I wanted Destiny 2, I would have bought it a long time
ago. They were giving that away. They were giving that away at Best Buy, right? They're like, someone please take this.
I don't want that. I'll buy the physical version. I'll get it. So I mean, I see, like I said, but Nate, like I said, I see what you're saying. I see what everybody's saying on the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just hope that Nintendo can make a solution and just give us local saves. That's what I want. Solution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I mean that will happen. I just fear that Nintendo's literal solution to online, as far as their subscription is we have Smash Brothers.
That's a good solution, man. That's a solution that a lot of people are gonna look.
I think another interesting take on everything though is that Splatoon is not, and again we were talking about this earlier tonight, Splatoon is not just a super popular game in Japan. It is the game in Japan, like right now. And so when I heard a whole bunch of people upset, like, oh, Splatoon's not gonna get back up, I'm like, you don't even play Splatoon. I know most people that are complaining right now don't even play Splatoon. I don't play Splatoon. I just like if you have like listen, guys. I just wonder if they're getting this perspective a lot. Like if you were to ask someone in Japan, I'm granted this is the last thing they're worrying about right now. Like this is literally the last thing they're worrying about right now. Everything that's going on over there, like I'm sure how petty do we seem to them right now? They're like, oh my God, they're complaining about something else now. But
they did just have a Splatoon 2 live stream though.
They did, right, exactly. So when someone was telling me that, I'm like, okay, good. They're at least back up on their feet. But my question is, are they running off of the mentality? Like, I would like to know someone's perspective that was actually from Japan, like what they think about it. You know, is it as important to them as it is to us? Or is this just simply like a Western type perspective? And in the sense of what are their priorities to fix for that culture over there in comparison to over here?
That's a fair question.
How did they react to Resident Evil Cloud version?
Because
I don't think so. Anyone in Japan reacted. It came out and they said,
"Dude, they care about Splatoon.
What is this?"
Yeah. They literally have Splatoon content. Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah, I don't think they care. I don't think. I mean, the new Resident Evil, it's first person, so already right there, people in Japan were already like, you know, because it's first person. So yeah, I don't think they cared. And then when it's Cloud, it's like first person and Cloud. It's like, oh, screw this.
Yeah, they probably react to it the same way I do when I turn on Splatoon 2. When I turn on Splatoon 2, I go, wait, this isn't Halo, and I turn it off.
Complete opposite.
Yeah, Splatoon 2 is fun. It's not my game.
I'm still like a rank 4 or 5 in Splatoon because all I do is private matches. You can't rank up if you
don't rank up at all. No.
I'm stuck forever.
Salmon Run was fun. I like Salmon Run. That was a good time.
Yeah.
But then you get into the online matches and there are some crazy good people and you're like, I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah, if you have a problem with dying all the time, you might not like Splatoon.
Yeah, I'm done with this. But I will try Smash though. I'll see how that goes for me. I haven't played Smash since the N64 one. Like actually played it. Like I played Melee and I played some of the Wii U version. I guess the Wii is the other one that I spent more time in. But I pushed the N64 version like crazy.
Brawl was terrible. I hate that game.
Competitively, it was bad, but it was a good casual game.
The N64 version was pretty bad.
They're all good. They're all good in their own. To be honest.
Look, I was trying to.
Yeah, they are all good.
I was trying to figure out a reason to turn my Wii on when I had Halo 3. So give me a break.
They're all good in their own.
Dude, I love Brawl.
Brawl. The only problem with Brawl is like the tripping. The tripping.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's the worst. That's the only bad part of Brawl, in my opinion.
That's crazy. The physics of all the characters changed. It was a completely reland layout.
You could build levels though. I thought that was cool.
It was cool.
Stage
that was neat. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, back then, you know, it was new and it was the new thing. And it was like,
back then it was cool. Like it was like, oh, we can play this online.
Subspace Emissary? Are you freaking kidding? Mario and Link dodging lasers together? What is not to love about that, dude? Oh, so good.
I was just happy to have Sonic.
Let's go. Oh yeah, that was a big deal actually back then.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was big. Let me go through these super chats. Then we'll move on to the Nintendo Direct. We'll do that. Let's see. Death Wish Cassidy with $2. Should I read that? I don't know. The fact that I have to question it makes me feel like I shouldn't.
I don't want to know.
It's about me. Yes,
I think I know the one you're talking about.
It's their.
Is this the Quake one?
Yes, they're trying to make a joke.
Cassidy. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a jackass joke. That's not funny.
Cassidy, yeah, he loves you. That's a problem.
Burgundy, we did that one. Spider-Man's taking over. I'll check that out. I'll check out game physics. Squad HQ. So awesome to see Bob on the show. Yes.
Thank you.
Core Dream Studios channel's amazing. Wishbone Liquid Metal and the Spider-Man Pro. Yes, I will probably end up doing that because it is very loud. As it is. Riku Key 2 Smash Bros. Beta for the online service launch. That'll get people to buy the service. Oh, and all I want to back up is my 450 hours in Xenoblade 2. I'm pretty sure Xenoblade 2 is going to get a backup because that is the one that I mentioned. That is the one I mentioned in my video, and I know Nintendo saw my video. I'll just say that I know they saw my video. We'll say that. So yeah, Xenoblade 2 is definitely getting backups. So there you go. You'll be able to back that up to the cloud. For all those people wondering. Chad Sarant, I wouldn't mind if I could back up to SD cards. I think that's probably that, and USBs are probably the best way to do it. The SD card's interesting though, because if you put that into a different Switch, it wants to format it. From what I remember. Am I thinking right?
Tried, so I don't know.
I think that's what happened because I remember when I got the new Switch, I popped it in and wanted to format it. So while that would work, if your Switch went missing, you would then lose all of yours. It's like the PS3 did that. They locked up their hard drive. So if your PS3 died and you took your hard drive out and put it in another PS3, it would just format the hard drive. So I feel like going to a USB stick that is accessible by any Switch, but it has to like decrypt it like how the PS3 did it, then that would be good. Apparently PS4 also. It was super easy. It was like 15 minutes, and then I popped it in the new PS4 restore, and that was it. It was easy. So do that, and I'll be happy. I feel like Nintendo could hire an entire company to do that. Like they have. I feel like we think Nintendo is like preschool behind the scenes when it comes to this stuff. They can hire people to do it.
They did. they hired DNA. They still.
I'm just glad they're taking. I'm glad they're taking a step. It's not to say technology can't evolve. You know.
Oh no, I think the online service will change. Like the 360 dashboard, for example, changed from the blade system to the slow monstrosity that it is now. But the blade system was very fast.
I guarantee by E3 2019, Nintendo allows for SD save backup.
SD though, okay, interesting.
Yeah, like I got 200 gigs. I got something. I need to use it.
Yeah, but SD is oh wow, really? I fill up my 200 gig SD card like it's nothing now.
On the Switch?
I'm right at the end of my 200 gigs.
I'm shopping for a 400 gig. I was hoping a 512 gig would get announced soon.
So you well, I mean, granted, that's literally what you do though. Is
you see how many games I
you get a lot
literally
of,
what you do.
You gotta learn to install though. You get stuck on like one game and you never go back. I've been doing that, cleaning my stuff up.
No, I just leave everything on there.
Yeah, I know some of my mods got 600 plus games on Steam, and I'm like, what the what?
I'm afraid to lose games. Like, you know, you got the whole PT situation with PS4. Like, I don't want a game to get deleted off of the server.
So there is a way to download PT still. Okay.
Oh boy. Be real quiet about it.
There's a way. I did it and it worked. Okay.
I thought they put it on the store, or did they take it off again?
No, there's a way to point your PlayStation 4 like DNS server and everything to the right place where somebody's hosting it, and you download it. And as long as you had downloaded it prior on your account, you can re-download it.
Oh, okay.
And I did, so I think a lot of people did, and you can re-download it. So don't tell anyone.
Except for people watching.
Yeah, there's 2,000 people watching. Nobody tell anybody. Yeah, no one tell anyone.
I was hoping to get cloud save so I can switch out my SD card and get a 400 gigabyte, but
no, yeah, it kind of sucks that you have to like uninstall and reinstall things.
My saves are forever stuck on that SD card, right?
No, they back them up. No, the saves are on your system.
Yeah, that's internal in the system.
Yeah.
I thought you get to choose whether or not it's on the SD card or on the system.
So you get to choose what you download to the system, where it goes.
Yeah, so don't worry right now. That's why people were so mad about NBA 2K18, I think 18 did it. And they put like a massive save file on your internal memory. It was like gigs of data. It was weird because you only have so much. Obviously, like 24 gigabytes on your internal.
I think 2K19 is like 5 gigs.
Oh gosh,
I'd have to check. I'm gonna turn on my Switch. I'm gonna check my save file on 2K19.
Oh yeah, you have 2K19. You did direct feed footage, handheld mode, and everything. Did all that?
Yeah, it did handheld mode, and then I compared it docked and handheld.
How's that device working out for you?
It's actually working out pretty well. It just has one annoying little kink that whenever I try to boot it up on my computer, it keeps wanting me to reinstall the drivers, and it just pisses me off.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Will McConnell, hey guys, is it worth getting an Xbox S as a Blu-ray player? They are cheaper than PS4 at the moment. I think if you just want an ultra high def Blu-ray player, I think they're actually a little cheaper than they used to be. I think you can get those for like 130 at Walmart now.
I think if you want an Xbox too, I think it might be a little bit better just to get an Xbox. Although the Blu-ray player isn't like the best quality high definition Blu-ray player out there. So that's something you have to know. Like there are better Blu-ray players than the Xbox One S, you know. So
is it weird though? We're asking to get an Xbox for a Blu-ray.
I mean, you get that
in Japan. It's a normal thing in Japan.
They advertise it as that.
That's so funny. I don't know if I should laugh or cry.
Because they've completely given up on selling games.
I know, right? It's like
a lot of places don't even store games in Japan, but they'll store the Xbox itself for like a Blu-ray player. And Xbox has like a headquarters in Japan, so they make sure that there's at least some stores have their products.
That's funny.
Ben of the North says cloud saves not being supported by all games wouldn't be such a letdown if we had the option to physically back up our saves. That's pretty much it.
That's what this Nintendo said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
trust me, you want local saves more than you want cloud saves.
Yes, you do. But tried and true.
Especially, I don't think that upload speeds can be variable as well. Like the saves on my PlayStation 4 added up to I think like 2 gigabytes, and that can take for some people like an hour to upload that. So it can take a little bit of time if you don't have like very fast internet. Whereas it to like a USB 3, because the Switch has a USB 3 port that they have not used yet, which is weird. That could be there for backups. Avedon says, loving the intelligent discussion about this. Thanks, Avedon. Thank you. Charlie says, usually games know what your stats are and make sure you don't cheat. Here the servers ask you what your oh yeah, it's true, what your stats are, hence the ability to cheat. Because it's all on your system. Edward says hackers mod their Switch locally and can play online. Nintendo Online Service is garbage. The hackers kind of have had a field day with the Switch for the first year and a half so far. I will say that they've had a field day with it, just offline and online. Obviously, we saw it with Splatoon. Somebody took over the leaderboard and just talked to Nintendo through the leaderboards. They were banned the next day though, but they still did it. It seems like it takes like 24 hours. It seems to ban somebody almost now in Splatoon. It's very interesting. Wishbone says, why can't Nintendo make a console without any gimmicks like a Super NES or N64? I miss those days. N64 was kind of gimmicky, to be honest, with the controller. But I think a lot of that has to do with what you're seeing now with the online is Nintendo has to be different because have you seen their online? It's concerning. No, Nintendo wants to stand out. They want to innovate. And sometimes it's good because, well, Sony apparently keeps looking at the Switch now a little bit. So,
well, it's either a gimmick or it's innovative. And like the Switch being portable, in the beginning it looked like a gimmick, but now we get it, and now it feels innovative.
Well, you know? It also depends on how he's talking about like it being like gimmick. Like a gimmick is just basically a new thing to draw attention. You want the real definition of it, a new thing to draw attention to your system. So there can be good gimmick. Good gimmick is that the fact that it's portable too, and that you can play games anywhere that you want. That's a good gimmick. Hey, look at me, I'm portable too. You know, that's a gimmick. That's fine. It's a good gimmick that sells the system, so it's fine. There's gimmicks all over the place. The PS4 and Xbox One got gimmicks too, a bunch of crap you don't need that they advertise. There's a touchpad on your PS4 that literally does nothing. In Dragon Quest, I'm going like this.
It's just a big, expensive touch bar.
Like it's a stupid book. I don't need to. I can just press the D-pad in Dragon Quest to look down on the book. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a big pause button, all right?
there's a big blue light. There's a big blue light. There's a bunch of stupid gimmicks on lots of things. It's fine, you know.
Hey, Nintendo's quote unquote most gimmicky system is the Wii, and that's their best selling system.
Yes.
Home console, I should say, not like handheld. Home console.
I don't know the Wii U.
I mean, there's a lot of things wrong besides just the console, though. You know?
The DS was 2 screens, a lot of gimmick. Best selling.
I remember back then that was one of the best rumors ever. People did not believe that was a thing. The DS. I remember that people did not think it was people would call it the dual screen and make fun of it back in the day online. And hey, he walked out on stage and there's a dual screen, so it was great. It was great.
I think history repeated itself with the NX and the Switch rumors. I mean, I recall some like YouTube channels sitting there saying, "Look at this. It's going to be a tablet that you plug in and play on your screen."
Damn it, Nate. Shut up. Shut up.
And then Nintendo played a trailer, and this guy took this tablet out of this dock and he played it in the park, and then he put it in. He played it on his TV.
Oh man,
they just went a while not rubbing that in my face. They just waited and brought it back up.
That was somebody mentioned that in chat. Dual screen is literally the name. That was the best part. Is the name essentially leaked out online? This is so long ago. This is back in high school, but it leaked out and no one believed it. And it was they were saying the initials the entire time. DS when we were saying dual.
Also, they've only had Game Boys up until then.
Yeah, that's why it was so funny. Like people were like, "It's got 2 screens. They can't do that." And there it is. So that was one of the few cases where the right rumor was super public and no one believed it. So it was great. I missed the AOL AIM days. Those were great.
I do not.
Yeah, I don't miss Net Zero, man. I don't miss Net Zero.
It was a simpler time. It was much harder. It was much harder to incriminate yourself online. Oh man, Twitter ruined everything.
So let's go back to
Now
MySpace.
you sound a bit salty and old. Dude.
I love Twitter, but man, do I hate Twitter sometimes.
I honestly dislike Twitter too. I use it I talk way too much. I
love Twitter, but man, do I hate Twitter sometimes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you there, dude.
Oh man, I'm on Twitter all the time, but I hate Twitter. Oh man, Riku, we're gonna go through this one, and then we'll get back to the super chats. About half an hour to close up. Riku 2, do you think Nintendo will announce new games since most of the games they were going to announce this week has been outed? That is actually a good question to lead into the Nintendo Direct.
Oh dear God!
Oh no, Nate's gonna get into trouble here. The Nintendo Direct was delayed from last Thursday to sometime this week. We assume it's gonna be this week. There are data mines pointing to it possibly being the 13th because of Splatoon 2. Once again, not keeping anything on their server and off your system. So now people are kind of looking at possibly then, but there is an issue. And Nate, I think you pointed this out to me, didn't you? About Famitsu?
Yeah, pretty much that if they're going to cover anything that was in the Direct, that information will leak by Tuesday night. So if Nintendo wants to get ahead of that, they kind of have to broadcast it either on Monday or, like tomorrow.
Oh, interesting.
Why is that? Is that because it's weekly?
Famitsu or it comes out I think it's weekly, isn't it? Because they have the sale
weekly.
in there. But a lot of times Famitsu will have embargoed information, and they're not going to hold their entire magazine up just because Nintendo hasn't aired like a direct that shows something. It's not like it's the whole thing. Like they cover a lot. They cover like Dragon Ball Z mobile games and they cover everything basically. And they're not going to hold it all up because of that. So if they show up, and people will usually get the digital copy anyway, I think so. They're going to translate and they're going to be like, oh, here's this game that no one knew about. It's coming out this year. Here you go. And it's going to be out online. So Nate, you're saying they would have to, I had the idea that they could try to get away with, it doesn't look like it now because they would have had to have announced it like a Sunday night, our time, Monday morning, Japan time, direct, but they would have had to have announced it by now. So I guess that's not happening. So we're thinking Monday or Tuesday.
Well, with a lot of magazines, they usually have alternate things they can run at any time. They have like multiple articles that they eventually throw into what it's going to be. So they could just hold off on that section or replace it with something lesser. So, I mean, it all depends.
My concern is it's their cover. Like whatever was going to be announced here is a big deal. Like it's some big game that's coming. Maybe that Star Fox game gets unveiled or something. You never know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but even if a cover gets finalized, they can change it in a day.
I guess big deal. That's a lot to go through for Nintendo deciding when to air their Direct. I don't know. But that's the concern is that that there's possibly information in there. So I mean, would they really wait till next Thursday to do it? I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough.
Well, I mean, the main problem would be has the magazine gone to print?
Yeah, right. That's a good point. Because this was done late at night, our time, Thursday, obviously during the day, I guess, over in Japan. But that's pretty late, actually, for something like Famitsu.
So
How many copies do you think they print nowadays, though?
I assume a decent amount, right?
But printing process, even on magazines and newspapers, they could almost print the requirement within a day. Shipping probably take a day or two. So it shouldn't be those.
I know is like really quick, but I don't know about magazines. That sounds a little hard.
What do you think? What do you think, Nate? You saying go to print and everything? You got kind of cut off there.
I mean, I would imagine that the odds are that the magazine probably won't have anything that was going to be in the Direct, so it's probably not going to be an issue. But
yeah, okay.
I mean, there is just that chance. I mean, we've seen Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition get revealed, mostly just due to the PS4 and Xbox version. Otherwise, that probably would have been held a little longer for the Direct. Civilization 6 got leaked out. Unfortunately,
that was their. Yeah, that was going to surprise. That was their scheduled. That was a scheduled post. That was their.
Yeah,
they took it down.
I mean, they took it down a little too late. I do wish it had not come out because that would have really made.
That would have been a cool surprise. Yeah, that would have been a cool surprise. Rikuki, there are definitely things that they have. We didn't hear about anything first party other than Yoshi's title.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I'm actually surprised that a lot of the contents of the Direct haven't leaked.
Yeah, outside of Yoshi's title,
Civilization 6, Mega Man, and Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, there's literally nothing that came out, and there's still a lot of content to this Direct.
Yeah, here's the real issue, and it's pretty obvious because of what's happened. Remember when Diablo 3 leaked because of Forbes? They had the information before they scheduled it. The issue right now is we're pretty confident most bigger outlets have the entire direct in front of them right now. Like they've read through it. Like they have to at least have some stuff they're writing like articles on right now.
Certain aspects of it have gone out with embargoed press releases of at least 2 to 3 games. One of them, unfortunately, was Civilization.
Sure.
And that obviously got posted by Take-Two itself. And then there are still a couple of others that so far the media have actually lived up to their word and not leaked or anything, though one outlet did take that press release and then decide to make a story saying, oh my God, a direct is coming.
Oh no.
Which was incredibly shady because the email was confidential. This is going to be announced in a direct. And then they're like, oh my God, a direct.
Nate directly, indirectly calling out somebody, calling out a website.
I'm sure they're not listening.
Yeah, so it's tough out there. You're right though. There's nothing other than the basics that we've seen from the companies leaking themselves and Nintendo leaking Yoshi. Not much has really come out. So it's been pretty clear.
I got a question with this pertaining to this topic, or not a question, but do you guys think that they're going to rework or re-edit anything? Because like obviously maybe the Mega Man.
Yes,
the Mega Man,
they are definitely, and I'll tell you why.
So,
I had this speculation myself. I brought it up. I did bring it up to you, Nate, but I think a lot of people are assuming the real reason, and this is all speculation, that they pushed the direct right away, like very quickly, is because there was something in the direct, and Civilization, I feel like, might have been part of it. Maybe something in the direct maybe wasn't the best thing to put in there. And when I saw Civilization, I was like, okay, there's like, natural disaster and stuff take place in Civilization.
Oh,
and I'm like, I wonder if the trailer showed destruction in the city and stuff because of an earthquake or something.
Would have been in bad taste. It would have been poor taste then,
Because when that happened,
that makes a lot of sense.
They delayed that direct like that. It was so fast, and they had to have looked at that and said, yeah, we can't show this. Like, we can't put this out there. And because it's like, the direct's a celebration. Yeah. So here they are celebrating while this, city is trying to rebuild and, figure out what to do, and people are missing. And here's Civilization, and that city's getting destroyed by an earthquake. $60 out November 16th. It's like, oh,
they're also delaying it for a decent amount of time, the direct. So they're definitely reworking something.
Yeah. So that's kind of our thought. I don't even think it has anything to do with games that have already been announced. I think it has to do with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably modify certain captions to it. So it'll be like, I'll say Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. Instead of coming soon, it'll probably be available now. Mega Man, instead of saying available after the direct, it'll be now available. There'll be slight changes. Maybe a trailer might be cut short. But, I mean, the general contents of the direct are going to remain unchanged as far as what's actually going to be shown. It's not like they got to sit there now and splice out Final Fantasy 15, Mega Man, from it. They're still going to be shown.
Okay. Yeah, I figured there was just like something in there that was just like, maybe not. Like that's, I feel like, what it was. But we'll see when it comes out. Though I'm wondering if they'll cut that part out, if that is like was part of it. I assume they will. Like if it's like natural disasters, they have to show for Civ. They'll be like, maybe we won't talk about that.
They'll focus on something else, yeah.
You remove that type of content, kind of like what Sony did with MotorStorm Apocalypse, because that was supposed to release the week of the tsunami, and they just delayed the game for like 2 months because they were like, we can't release this.
That's right. Yeah,
I like that game. What happened to MotorStorm, man? That game was cool.
Remember MotorStorm first came out? It was amazing. I was like, because it was like midnight release, and I feel like the PS3 and then the Wii released a week like.
Like a week after. Yeah.
And I was like sitting there waiting for the Wii, and I was like, this game looks amazing, like MotorStorm. And I looked down, it's like $600 for the PS3. And like,
I didn't get one right away, but I ended up
happening.
MotorStorm. Then there was like a sequel to on the PS3 that was also good too. I used to play those games, and then they just disappeared. I think Sony got rid of the studio. Actually, I think they closed the studio down.
You should check out Onrush. You actually might like Onrush for that.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I know it's from the guys who made it, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass actually. They put it on there that fast because it was struggling. So there you go. I was actually going to download it the other day, but I forgot. So yes, Game Pass is good. People should get Game Pass. You don't even need Xbox Live Gold to get Game Pass. There you go. Yes. So anything you guys think is going to be in the direct? We had a rumor out for Call of Duty, which is weird.
Another one. Yes. Another one.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys missed it, Nate did post that on Twitter a while ago that there were rumblings about a Call of Duty going to the Switch.
There was also a Falco that posted that as well.
Yeah, my confidence in that rumor it's definitely a lot lower than it was when I made the tweet. I had a lot of information coming to me at that time. It sounded damn good, and then this bird started tweeting about it, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Oh my God.
what's this parrot talking about? And then as time went on, I'm like, I think my information's wrong with the parrot. You know, he's just like calling you on a cracker over here. Just happening. It's happening.
Oh my God.
And you know what? It's not happening.
You put some respect on Falco's name, Nate. Stop it.
Calling on a cracker. I can't.
I mean, I give this damn thing a cracker and he just won't choke on it and die.
Oh my God.
Just got real here for a second.
Personally, I prefer the air. Stop it.
All right. So here's the other thing to think about. We just had the Call of Duty lead game designer laugh about the Switch, but he never answered the question.
I didn't understand what he said. I watched it like 4 times, and I just couldn't understand.
He just said, I make the shoes. Basically, like, don't ask me. I just make the game.
No wonder I have no idea what he said. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I just make the shoes. I just make the shoes. Well, he makes the engine, the game. You know, he makes
right. I get coming out of your mouth. I get it. But, like trying to understand what he was saying, I was like, I don't get. It was
interesting because you watch it back a couple times. People were mad about it, but then you look back and he's like, you never said no about Call of Duty. Call of Duty on the Switch. I mean, the guy asked Black Ops 4.
But see, that's the thing about my information. I never said Black Ops 4.
No.
Call of Duty, while the bird kept saying it's Black Ops 4. And then it didn't happen. Now, he tweeted a couple days ago, oh, but which Call of Duty will it be? What are you talking about? I tweeted for 2 months, it's Black Ops 4. And now it's, well, which version will it be? You don't know because it's nothing, unfortunately.
I think the Blackout game is going to be a standalone.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. So
that trailer looked killer too. By the way, I'm ready for that.
I already got what's going on in that trailer.
I already got my beta code.
Clean.
Ready to go. September 10th. Oh yeah.
I think it. If it's a standalone, especially if it's free, like that's going to be a really big deal.
It'd be difficult.
They keep talking about how it's they said their words. This is the AAA version of Battle Royale mode. So I think they're going to
with their fine-tuned gunplay.
Also, let me ask you this, Bob. Did you just hope that Activision's going to make something free?
Yes, I did. Yes.
They are looking to charge a season pass, microtransactions, and a full $6 game.
Listen. I never said we weren't going to put microtransactions.
Yeah, because if you think about how this happens with other games, I mean, the initial release could be the full price game. You get it, and then you get a bunch of extra stuff in the game. But then eventually, just to get the amount of people saturated into the servers, you then a month or two later release the free version without all the cool stuff you got for the $60 thing. And
yeah, we're here. I get what you're saying. This is Activision though.
Well, everybody knows about Fortnite's business model because it was all over every freaking like business magazine. So like all of the bigwigs at Activision know how that works. So that's how. But then that's new AAA right there.
But then I feel like with their version of it, they're going to trick people into thinking they need to buy the $60 version before they then release the free version.
That could also happen.
Nate's channel is also in the description, guys.
I just linked it.
Okay, so make sure. Yeah. Well. It's I just look at Activision and they got away with a ton of stuff last year because of how bad Battlefront was. Call of Duty was really bad. Like the microtransactions, the loot boxes, the fact that you open them in front of people and they make a big spectacle out of it. It was bad. They got away with almost murder last year. It was something else, and they're going to do it again this year. They're not going to put a single player in. They're going to do all multiplayer stuff, and then they're going to charge microtransactions that are then intertwined in each mode.
I'm telling you, that's what the Call of Duty dudes want. I think they want that.
But once again, EA is messing up so bad that nobody notices.
Yeah, that's true. I just think that the Call of Duty dudes want multiplayer. Oh yeah, multiplayer. They just it's just like the FIFA dudes want to spend more money on Ultimate Team.
Dude,
you know, it's like it's like that's what these guys want. They want to be sheep towards these things because this is all they buy every year. So they want as much. This is all they get.
Let me ask you a question for anyone, maybe maybe some people saw it. How much? There was a report that came out this week actually, that told us how many FIFA 18 sold from last September to this September. And oh, good. All right, so we know they have a lot of microtransactions in these, right? That's the big thing. How many FIFAs do you think? How much did they want? Battlefront sold 9 million because they actually put that out. I think no, 8 million. It was 9 million. 9 million. How much do you think FIFA would have sold then from September to now?
This is where it gets scary, and they've made $10 billion off of
10 million, 15 million.
What were they have it?
12, 14 million copies.
24 million copies.
Not
Jesus
surprised.
Christ.
Not surprised.
They need more. They need more. 24 million copies, and they are pushing microtransactions. It's insanity.
How much did Pez sell?
Dude, Pez barely beat the Switch version of FIFA in Japan by itself.
Yeah.
Pez doesn't sell at all. Nobody cares about Pez anymore.
24 million.
Like, I don't know. Pez is just not FIFA. So there you go.
24. If a game can't survive without microtransactions with 24 million copies sold, this is over. It's over. Like this pack it up.
I mean, that's the misconception of what microtransactions are about. Is like EA with Battlefront 2, the game was profitable at what they sold with their 9 million copies.
Yeah.
They want microtransactions because it's, hey, we just made $100 million. But if we can make $300 million on that same amount sold, and we already covered development costs.
I could have 2 yachts then. What am I doing?
Exactly.
This is a capitalistic society, so I mean, it's like you're always looking at how much more.
And still, it depends on how they use it. Because I mean, yes, they could be aiming for more money, but then they announce the next major DLC, like an additional 10 maps, all these modes, all these different characters, weapons, customizations, and you're just going to get it. Like they're just going to hand it to you. That's like the alternate form of that. I mean, granted, it's EA, so that's not going to fucking happen.
They're going to charge you $60 again next year.
Yeah, that's the issue with FIFA. It's like, hey, microtransactions. Don't forget to buy our game next year.
I feel like if FIFA was just free, they'd probably have double that for a player base.
It's so scary. That's so scary though for a $60 game to say, okay, we're gonna go free. Like that's just so scary as for like business wise.
The thing is though with FIFA and stuff like that, you people who aren't even gamers, that's the only game they buy.
Yeah.
I probably know. I mean, granted, most of my in-laws are all Brazilian. They don't play video games except for FIFA. You know, you have whole people like that. It's not their. We
would always sell like a Madden and Call of Duty to the same person.
Yes,
usually what they would buy. You know, or
outside of this country, instead of Madden, it's FIFA.
Yeah, no, you're right. Europe, it's insane. It's insane.
Here, even in America, it's not even Madden anymore. People just don't buy the game. People barely buy that game anymore because it's just not very good.
We need 2K. We need 2K to come back and charge.
We're hoping. We talked about this just a little bit. We were hoping with the XFL that they sign a deal with the XFL.
They did. If you go back and play All Pro Football 2K8, that was actually a really well done game. I'll give them that. Was
I'm just hoping because like I think that if the XFL takes off, then we can actually get 2K to make a game. That'd be cool.
They got to deal with McMahon though over that, man. You think he's going to give that away? That he's going to want a big contract for that.
Maybe he's being humble because like he failed already with the XFL.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah,
humble this time.
He could. Yeah, that's a good point. So any predictions for the Nintendo Direct? Anything you guys think would be there? I see Animal Crossing in the chat every time. So are we finally getting Animal Crossing?
Listen,
I've seen it in the chat like 20 times already.
I'm a huge Animal Crossing player, but I don't think we're gonna get it this year. Or at least not right now.
No,
it's not the focus. Not the focus. Maybe I would love there to be something Metroid, but maybe Game Awards.
Yeah, Game Awards could be Metroid. I feel like Metroid is going to be what they're going to dress up E3 next year to be. Like it's going to be like how we had Mario Odyssey and stuff. I think it's going to be Metroid, and I'll have to go there.
Yeah, but if Metroid was at even Game Awards, I mean, that would win the entire night. Like, who cares who gets Game of the Year?
If they show like reveal gameplay there, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Or just footage. All we've ever seen is a logo. So
right.
That would be
the best logo ever.
JPEG.
Oh man.
What about Super Mario U?
We already know that's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't talk about it.
I mean, we can.
No one's allowed to guess that that's happening.
Bob, you're actually you're really excited for that.
Yes.
I like New Super Mario. I actually like that game. That was a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, it's not as good as a lot of other Mario games, but Mario games are all really, really, really good. So it's like, a B-rated, really good game.
Where does it rank since you're looking forward to? Where does it rank in your new Super Mario Bros? Because like there's been new Super Mario Bros. There's been the DS one. There's been the Wii one.
Dead last. Oh no, actually, the second DS one, so the 3DS one, New Super Mario Bros. 2. That one's probably my least favorite.
Okay, good. We're on the same page there because that one's horrible. It's not that it's horrible. It's just the most driest piece of chicken ever in the world.
They focus on coins, which is like the least exciting part of Mario.
Yeah.
So I think New Super Mario U is like one above that.
Okay.
But and then it's still a good game.
Because I don't think the DS one. I wasn't a huge. I know it was the first one in that new series, but I don't know. I kind of like the U more than the DS one, and then the 2. So like for me, it'd be the best one would be like probably like the Wii one, I guess.
I remember really liking the first one for the DS just because it was new and fresh, and we haven't had a 2D Mario in like forever since then.
You think they'd incorporate some online in that?
That's why I was originally excited, and you smacked me down. Because I thought this would be really cool to launch with Switch Online because they're adding multiplayer to Super Mario 3, a lot of these NES games.
That'd be cool.
So if they have multiplayer in New Super Mario U, make that online, and then you can play with up to 4 people or 3 people, 3 other people. That'd be really cool. So that'd be a good way to sell Switch Online to somebody like Nate.
No, because I would definitely not buy that game again.
Not about that.
They need to get Mario Maker over. That would
Sorry.
I said that because I know Bob plays that all the time on Twitch.
That's all I want.
You just want it. You don't even care if it's a sequel. You just want it brought over.
No, yeah, I just want that. I want more of that game. I want more of the same game. If they make a sequel, awesome. Put slopes in it. I don't know why everybody wants slopes, but
go get Super Mario 2.
Super Mario 2, yes, that's what everybody wants.
That had some. They could make some fun tools out of that. That's some interesting ideas. Yeah, that'd be funny. And the gameplay just feels so much different. Obviously, that they could like going between the two would feel super weird.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
That would be big. That was like one of the most popular. I remember when that came out. It like super popular online.
That might be my favorite game of all time.
Well,
Mario Maker,
yeah, Mario Maker. It's up there for sure.
I think that's what people are saying. Like that's pretty much the only thing keeping the Wii U alive right now.
And
Smash. I was gonna say other than Smash, but I mean we already know about Smash.
Those are the two games I play. Those are the only 2 games. That's the only reason I have my Wii U hooked up is for Smash and Mario Maker.
Smash for me.
So if Mario Maker gets announced and then Smash comes out in November, the Wii U goes in the closet.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
That's fair.
Once Smash Ultimate comes out for me, Wii U.
That's it.
It's
over. It's over. Would you be getting another dock? Oh, you already have another dock, actually.
Yeah, I got another.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Yeah. I was gonna say, if not, you'd probably be getting one.
That's that nice $28 dock from the West Coast boys that we took care of. When all you guys were asleep.
That Target, man.
Yeah, it was nice. Man. I felt good about being on the West Coast at that point. I was like,
some of the other ones I have written down from just rumors going around the internet, at 4chan, everywhere else, and everything. These are the 2 that pop up the most in everybody's little list that always has Mother 3 in it. Is Xenoblade Chronicles X and Wonderful 101.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, Wonderful 101 will happen. I mean, Platinum teased it very blatantly.
They tease it all the time. Yeah, they don't shy away from that.
Art with Famicom style Joy-Cons of the characters playing the game on the Switch. So I mean, it wasn't so much
definitive.
Yeah, they didn't try to keep it secret.
It wasn't so much of just like, hey, look at this cool artwork. It was, this is a thing. It's just a question of when is it happening?
Yeah.
Which is the case of Nintendo just in general. I mean, they're going to port over basically every high quality Wii U game. The only ones that probably won't come over will be things like, like NES Remix, Yoshi's Woolly World, things that got ported to the 3DS. Otherwise, I mean, bring over everything else, which I mean, they've basically done to this point, but get like Tokyo Mirage Sessions over on Switch. There's no reason not to give that game an actual chance of selling.
Sure. That'd be cool. I didn't play that game. I'd like to play it.
I would love for that, but they need to fix the censorship because you're trying to sell it to weebs and anime dudes, and then you censor all the stuff that those dudes love about those type of games. That's a problem.
I also didn't play. I didn't play Wonderful 101 either. So I asked Camilla if it was worth buying it on the Wii U, and then he blocked me, and then he unblocked me, and that's where we are now. That's our relationship now.
Is it complicated? Do you have a complicated answer?
Goes in the reasons why he hates Twitter.
No, Camilla is funny. He's funny. He does some weird posts. Now I'm blocked. Probably. I'll have to check one on. Now he's if I go to E3, I'm finding that guy. Yeah, so that's I would like to play Wonderful 101 because I didn't play that one on the Wii U either. The Wii U had a hard time being turned on for a while there in my house.
Yes.
Mario Maker had me playing it, I will say that, but it was tough. Pikmin maybe? Pikmin 4. How long's that game apparently been ready to be shown, I guess, or allegedly ready to be shown? I don't know.
2019, maybe we'll see some Pikmin running out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they mentioned it and they were hoping that we forget it, and now everybody's like latching onto it and they're like, crap, why'd you say that?
Yeah, I mean, that's I don't know if we'll ever I guess. I mean, I would hope Animal Crossing would come first because Animal Crossing sells a lot of copies.
Dude, we need another console. It's been too long. I don't have a handheld, so I've just been sitting here watching people being like, yeah, it must be nice. Mobile doesn't count.
Yeah. Animal Crossing sells. I think the last one sold over 11 million copies on the 3DS.
Maybe
so,
sold a lot.
I mean, maybe now is the perfect time for this upcoming direct to reveal Animal Crossing. I mean,
they have their mobile game that's been
the mobile game's been out there for like over a year, so why not show what the next stage is for Animal Crossing? Even if the game doesn't launch until like late 2019, show it now, get some excitement going.
I keep saying I think that's a good summer title. Like if they get it out for the summer, I don't know. It's just perfect. A relaxing game. It's so do summer on it. That'd be good. I wonder if they'll just make like Tom Nook just not care anymore at all in that game. Like they
put him in Smash, then announce a new Animal Crossing.
I think he's an assist trophy. So
is he?
Yeah, or is he must be an assist trophy.
I don't think he is.
He just throws his kids at you.
I don't know. If I don't use items a lot, so I don't know. There's times when I play with my users and they're throwing these items at me. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, I'm like, what was that? So I have no idea. So I don't know if he's in there or not. I haven't got all these.
I'm saying do what you did with Bowser Jr. and just make all of the different versions of the villager just different Animal Crossing characters.
Oh yeah,
that'd be dope. Give them different skins. Yeah,
why not?
No, is the Game Awards on the 6th
of December?
Yeah. That's the 6th?
It's the first. Everybody tweet at Jeff Keighley and ask.
I saw a super chat pop up here. I'm gonna go through here in the next few minutes, and they mentioned that Smash is out on the 7th, and then the Game Awards is on the 6th. What if they revealed their final Smash character there?
Everything I looked at just said the Game Awards was on the 7th.
Oh, it is on the 7th. Okay.
See if it was on the same day.
Yeah. See if it was on the 6th. That'd be interesting. And that's when they drop Goku.
And Batman and everybody who doesn't make any sense.
Oh man, can they put Scorpion for Mortal Kombat in there?
I think it'd be more likely that would happen.
That'd be cool. I would play that game for that.
Otherwise, you're not playing.
Now we playing. I think Smash will be fun to get back into. I'm not gonna go like tournaments or anything, but it'll be fun to just play. Let's do our last topic before we go through the super chats and finish up. Did any of you guys see that THQ Nordic bought Kingdoms of Amalur? Does anyone have any experience with Kingdoms of Amalur?
Yes, I played it a lot. I put like 70 to 80 hours in that game. Beat it. Thought it was great. So
I knew people on the original development team before it was purchased by
Kurt Schilling, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, is there a documentary for that? That should be a documentary.
Kurt Schilling took my taxpayer dollars of my state and fucked us over with his.
See, now we know. Now we know. Now we live in Rhode Island. Good job.
He did that before Kingdoms of Amalur. He had a team of AAA people doing nothing for years.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
Were they all developing them bloody socks? Was a bloody sock?
No, he had to sell that to try to counteract it.
He had to sell off like all of his like a bunch of his like really valuable assets to try to make
bloody
money
sock, dude. Remember the bloody sock?
Weird.
Come on,
that's weird.
I bet you that got a couple $100,000. I'm be honest.
That's
weird. Money for it though.
Man, that is.
I hate Kurt Schilling. I'm a Yankee fan, so the bloody sock to me is still just red paint. It's bullshit. Then he comes to our state, makes an an RPG that was doing $4 million a month in, I don't know what he was just dumping money into because the game never released. He had no publisher. He was just like, I'm making World of Warcraft, but no one wants it. Oh shit, I'm out of business because I'm a smart businessman.
So THQ Nordic did buy that from 38 Studios, probably for like almost nothing. I bet
$900,000.
Yes, that is a steal. But you know what's interesting is they also got the rights to that MMORPG that they had been developing,
which is
so
what
they have that as well. What's that, Evan? What was that called? You know what that was called?
It's just the Kingdoms of Amalur MMO. They were working on something. They wanted to be
something else. I think. It's,
I can't remember exactly what it was called.
THQ Nordic got that as well. But what's going to happen here, because THQ Nordic does this, I've been following them for a while now since Nordic bought THQ.
Project Copernicus.
Okay, yes, they got the right set as well. They are going to take Kingdoms of Amalur. They're going to remaster it, whatever they do with that, remake it, whatnot, and it's going to come out on all the systems. So there you go. If you like Kingdoms of Amalur, get excited because it's probably going to show up in the next 2 years on all the platforms.
I want to see what team they give to it, because they did the thing with Titan Quest where they literally added almost an entire other game past it recently and added even more function to the way you create your character. They added a whole new item slot across the game. So to see Kings of Amalur come out, that'd be great. But I mean, this is Nordic we're talking about. Maybe add extra stuff.
They what they did with Red Faction was pretty cool. Like, it runs well on the Xbox and everything. I checked it out there. That's actually a game I really liked, and they did a pretty good job with it. It's 4K and everything, so they'll probably do that. They'll probably just upscale it, make it look better on consoles, and of course the Switch more than likely is going to get it as well, and it'll be portable and everything. Because THQ Nordic actually looks at the Switch quite a bit. So,
but some of their ports have been awful. Like they did the Blob 1 and 2, and they still had the cutscenes in like 480p.
Yeah,
this
is what I mean. They get the game, the IP. They don't put a ton of money into it, but they bring it to the platform to get their money back, and then maybe they look into possibly expanding on it depending on how well it sells. So they could have a sequel, Kingdoms of Amalur, down the road.
The first thing they did with Titan Quest was just fix its online. That's all they did. They added anti-hacking function and then just online. That's all.
Yeah, because that game had a lot of glitches, but they've been fixing as they go along as well. So I expect them to do something with Kingdoms of Amalur pretty quickly. Time Splitters is the one I think they're taking their time with. I think that's going to be a sequel. But Second Sight, Kingdoms of Amalur, those are going to get very quick remakes, remasters. If that's good or bad, I don't know. But it'll be like 480 assets upscaled and semi-smoothed out. So there you go. A lot of people are really excited. I'm surprised how many people remembered Kingdoms of Amalur. I didn't think a lot of people remember that, but they got like 10,000 likes and everything on their Twitter post for it. So
from all 10,000 people that bought the game. Yeah.
I bought the game and I liked it.
I thought the game was
you have to like the tweet before you can play the game. That's probably what happened.
I'll be curious if they can get that out in 2019 though. So we'll see. I mean, they're doing something with Saints Row the Third, aren't they?
Let's go, baby.
I will
DLC
say
for the Switch.
Saints Row the Third is a good game. That is probably the best Saints Row before they went off the rails with Saints Row 4. So if you haven't played it and you like Grand Theft Auto, it's a more arcadey version of that. So it's fun.
I don't know the difference between Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4. So that's
Saints Row 4 is like they like it was like superpowers. You're in a simulation. It was.
I was making fun of myself because I switched the 2 games in my video. I was like, "Oh, you do all this stuff that was in Saints Row 4." I said that for Saints Row 3, and it was like, "Oh, that was Saints Row 4." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I don't care enough to fix it or make another video." So I'm
just
good.
The opening of Saints Row 3 is ridiculous. Where you're like you're skydiving and a plane is racing at you, and you throw your girlfriend up in the air, and they dive through the plane, kill everyone in the plane, go out the back, launch your parachute again, and catch your girlfriend, and then you just kind of drop
so
down.
Usually how it goes. It's a nice flight.
They tried to make him like James Bond to like the 10th degree. It's ridiculous, but it's funny. I don't know, it's fun. Let me go through the super chats here, and then we can finish up. Evan, what's the question actually while I pull this up from the Discord, if you want to bring that up?
We just had one question that made the cutoff. What games do you guys replay once every few years, and what makes them so great? For Rim N, it was Azure Dream on PS1.
Oh wow, that's out. That's actually off the beaten trail right there. Interesting.
Bayonetta for me. I always usually play Bayonetta every couple of years. I'll play Bayonetta 1 or Bayonetta 2, just one of those two, and I'll just play just because it's just so fun. When it came out on Switch, I was like, I gotta play it again. But even before then, because it came out back in 2010, I would play Bayonetta 1 kind of over and over and over like every year. So I'd play on and off and got all the achievements and everything. So Bayonetta 1 probably for me.
Okay. I'd say Mega Man X. I play through that.
I was just gonna say that.
Specifically the PC version.
Why?
I don't know. That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I like.
Really?
Yeah, they actually had a few different changes. Like when you're going through the level that's like in the jungle. I think that's Chameleons. They don't have the mech. They took the mech out of the PC version.
Wow.
Yeah. If you go back and play it, it was pretty cool. I think the physical version's up my attic. But I ripped it a while ago and copied it so it wouldn't keep getting beaten up. And now I have to use my external CD drive to play it still. I like that. I like that version of it. I don't know why. That's just the one I had. I got it for Christmas and it was on the PC because we were PC gamers when I was like 8. So I was playing.
Wow, Red Young.
I've been online way longer than I should have been. I'll say that.
I didn't grow up with a Super Nintendo, but I used to emulate that.
Emulate Super Nintendo game. I told you I emulated like Pokemon back in the day because I didn't get a Game Boy till I was like older. It ran at like 2 frames per second, so it was outstanding.
Too. When I was younger, we used to like I played Langrisser back, like the Japanese version back in the day. And I had no idea what the hell I was doing, but I was like, "This is the best game ever." And I'm not supposed to be playing it, but this is the best game ever. So I played back in the day all the way through.
You know what I played? You know, I played back in the day was that Dragon Ball Z RPG, and it was like super broken English on the Super Nintendo because it was like a 48% like English translation of it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That was good though. It was terrible, but it was good at the same time.
Because you were playing something you shouldn't have been playing, so it was just exciting. You're like, look, we downloaded this game off the internet. It was like, and it was just some type of like aura to it when you did that and you played games that you just couldn't play. My friends would always be like, "Yo, like, what's this game you're playing?" I'm like, "Look, I can't understand anything, but you want to play. Trust me, you want to play."
With Super Butoden, those, and then the which by the way, Super Butoden 1 is going to come with the pre-ordered version of Fighters on the Switch. That's interesting. And Hyper Dimensions, I played that a lot too back in the day. Those were good fighting games on the Super Nintendo. What else did you get? What did you got? Everyone else play or go back and play consistently over the?
That's tough for me because there's like I probably have half a dozen. I mean, I'll play Turtles in Time on my Super Nintendo probably once a year. I'll play Link to the Past. I'll play Resident Evil 4. I still think Leon should make his way into like Smash Brothers Ultimate because he'd just be an awesome character from Capcom for the game. I play Castlevania every October. I play as many of them as I can. So Symphony of the Night, Aria of Sorrow, or Dawn of Sorrow. There's a lot of games I just replay and replay just because, I mean, they're classics. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I mean,
Symphony of the Night, that's a game I actually go back and play. Like I'll play the Xbox 360 version every 2-3 years. I'll just be like, I want to play some Symphony of the Night. You know, like I'm gonna go back and play that. Symphony of the Night is amazing, and like I will pay up to $200 for a Castlevania trilogy remake on the Switch. I'll pay more than $200 for it if they do.
Oh wow, you heard it here. Get on that, Konami.
DS trilogy remake. That'd be some good stuff for the Switch. What did you guys want that? I mean, I know. Come on, nobody. Okay. Never mind.
I would like Konami to look at Castlevania on the Switch. That'd be cool. There were rumors for that, so
that would be something, wouldn't it?
It would be.
I mean, could you imagine like Symphony of the Night on the Switch? It'd be insane.
Oh man, that would be great. I wonder if that's gonna happen at all. Are you gonna say something?
It'd be be wouldn't it?
This is going off the rails very quickly here.
I think it would just look really cool in HD on a handheld.
I'm just a big Castlevania fan, and that would be awesome if that was the case. You know, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, Castlevania, especially like the Egavanias, they just feel so good on a nice portable system.
If you guys didn't pick it up, they're trying to tell you that Castlevania's coming.
We're telling people they should watch Castlevania on Netflix. Season 2 is starting soon.
That is damn good. Let's just be real though. Is that not awesome? It is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Yes, it's very good.
I will buy it though when it comes to the Switch. I mean, if it comes to the Switch, I'm sorry.
What's that? Season 2 on Netflix?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Netflix series. Sure.
Okay.
That was smooth.
I mean, Alucard's pretty badass on that show.
Oh, he is. He is really good.
Let me get through the super chats here. Pat569 says hi. Hi, Pat. Chief said nothing, but thank you for the $1.
That's kind of super chat.
Playboy182 says, will Dark Souls have cloud saves? No, that is actually one of the games that I believe was confirmed to not use cloud saves. Probably because they have their own, I guess, online stuff they're doing. Maybe they're doing stuff with that. I don't know. But apparently it's not going to use Nintendo's.
Yeah, because the Nintendo ones that they announced are just for Nintendo's side. I mean, if a company wants to run it themselves, I imagine that's something they could pull off.
Like I think the reason 2K is just going to do it themselves. Like I think that's why. Like Fortnite does it themselves. They're not going to use Nintendo's online stuff for that. Here we go. Dougie says, how easy was it to get used to controls in Spider-Man? I would say it's about an hour learning curve of just playing around with it when you're going through the game normally, and eventually you're just like swinging around really well. What do you think, Bob?
The combat takes a minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with it.
It's a little hard at first.
Yeah, the swinging actually is fairly natural because basically you hold R2 and you'll just start swinging, but you have other things you can do that include like you can actually aim at certain ledges and launch yourself, like slingshot yourself, and you can web zip, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff you can do, but if you just want to swing, you just hold R2 and you'll just swing. It's pretty cool. And yeah, like you have to be near something for the web to catch onto. You don't just shoot into the sky. So
the combat is just fast. It's like it's familiar because it's the same type of combat in a lot of games, but it comes at you really fast.
You have to think about it more than I thought you would. Like you think about it more than Arkham. Like when you're playing that one's more mindless, I guess. Spider-Man's is more like you have your web shooters and you have all these moves you have, and there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, you got the people with the weapons. You got people who are like the brutes.
Yeah.
So it's similar to Arkham with like the people with the shields and then the heavies and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like that. But I guess it's a little harder to determine what's what at a quick glance.
So the characters look slightly closer to what.
Well, because it'll be like a character just has a crowbar in his hand, so you have to just know that he has a crow. It's not like he's a completely different color or anything. At least I don't think so. So you have to look out for a tiny detail like that.
Yeah.
And when it's all coming at you fast, it's like it gets a little difficult. But you get used to it.
It feels like there's more to that combat than what was in Arkham. They definitely played off of Spider-Man's powers, and they really do a lot with like his webbing and everything in the battles. So it's kind of cool. This web sling though actually is pretty straightforward. It's like it's not exactly like Spider-Man 2, but it's that same feeling where after like an hour you'll just be swinging around the city, no problem. And there's no fall damage, so if you fall, oh well. It's fine. You're fine. Yeah, which leads to some really hilarious things when you're speeding towards the ground. All of a sudden, it's just like, oh, I'm good. So,
I'm good. My ankles are just broken.
Wolverale 12 says, "What SD card do you recommend for my Switch?" I have just the Samsung. Wario 64 posts some good deals all the time, so you should follow him. There are the standard Samsungs that they have. I think just the Class A1s. They're usually like $30 something for a 128 gig. And just follow Wario because he posts SD cards like every other day. And the Samsung ones work fine. I haven't had any issues with them.
I got the SanDisk. That's another. They're like the same.
Yeah, they're SanDisk. Yeah, so those are fine. Either way, but he posts either one, and they're always on Amazon. They're prime shipped, and they're not terribly expensive. So I'm sure you can get faster ones, but I know Digital Foundry's done a ton of like tests and stuff, and it's like a second or two difference. So it really comes down to quality and everything of the card. So don't buy it off of Wish. Don't do that. Gentoki Cruz says, any updates on third-party docks being safe or not? Not really. I haven't really seen anything about that, to be honest. People are just still worried about it, and especially now. I mean, at least wait till cloud saves are here, and then you have a way to do something with your saves before you start experimenting.
There's like no reason to plug your stuff into a third-party dock or a third-party charger, unless you're in a bind. And if you're in a bind, turn your Switch completely off.
Yeah. So I would just stay away from it for now. So what was your guys' favorite Genesis game? Mine was Altered Beast. Probably Sonic 2. That's the one I played the most anyway.
Yes.
Sonic 3 for me.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Ooh, Sonic Knuckles. That was cool because it was, that first instance of like DLC essentially.
I wrote Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together in like a big ball.
It was cool because he put the first one on it and you held down start and I think all three buttons, it would kick you into the bonus round.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Sonic and Knuckles was like the coolest dude, like back in like it's like you got this dude with these big he's all red, he's got this spiky hair, he's like he's
and he glides. He makes some of the levels like super easy.
I don't care. He was awesome.
Like floats.
Also, Aladdin on the Sega Genesis was.
This is actually from
Lion King.
Ooh, Lion King was frustrating. I can't pronounce this name. Maybe someone can help me. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You see that? It's like I believe it's Japanese.
Can we translate it?
To Google.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. They say maybe Shin Megami Tensei 5 Natural Disaster. They're trying to figure out what might be in the direct. I think I feel like it's Civilization. I feel like that was probably it. I mean, it makes sense, you know, SETI and whatnot. So I feel like that was probably it.
Sam's Korean.
Oh, it's
Jin
Korean.
K.
Okay. What was
Jin
that?
K is his
Jin
name,
K.
according to Google Translate.
Thank you, Jin K. I do want to see more about Shin Megami though. I'd like to see something about that, but I don't think that's what the issue was. I feel like it had a lot to do with. I think Civilization was going to show some destruction on screen, and they didn't want that. So, probably a good call.
Also have to remember that the delay due to a possibility of a game being in the direct was just some Twitter talk. It doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate.
No. It's speculation for the most part. But that's kind of what we were maybe thinking was it. Especially since they had the typhoon and everything before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they delayed it specifically because of the earthquake. I think the earthquake is probably more devastating though. So a lot of people without power. I think it was like 3 million people without power. So
3 million.
Hopefully they got people back with power and everything. Ronnie Las Vegas with $2, no message, but thank you, Ronnie. Wishbone F-Zero for 2019 or 2020. Everyone wants F-Zero. Fast RMX is basically F-Zero. But I don't know. Do they need F-Zero, especially if Star Fox is a racer?
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of hope for
We'll wait to find out. Yeah.
If the Star Fox is the racer, as rumor says, then there's no need for a Star Fox. There's no need for an F-Zero because the Star Fox is going to fill that void. They'd
be better off lending out the F-Zero character in some way to.
I would say
like we talk about Redout possibly or something. Redout needs a boost.
Oh yeah, Redout is still coming to Switch.
Yeah, it got rated. It got rated.
It seems like Nintendo just gave up after they didn't get the whole deal with Criterion or whatever it was. They're just okay. Well, we're done because like it was supposed to come to the Wii U, you know. Yeah. And the Need for Speed dude said, "Nah, no, screw your game." And Nintendo's like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "What?" You guys can work with F-Zero, and they're just like, "Yeah, we don't care." I think Nintendo was probably shocked that they said no.
I think they could have pulled like I think they could pull like what they did with Star Fox with Starlink, and let somebody use the F-Zero thing for their game. Like we were just talking about, Redout got rated. That needs a boost badly. That game's gonna be in trouble when it comes out. It's not going to sell, I don't think, much. It's like $10 on the Xbox One right now. They're going to try to sell it for 40 or 50, I think. Marvel Boy, this is the one I talked about. Game Awards December 6th. Smash Ultimate December 7th. We're pretty sure you said the Game Awards is December 7th, though, Evan?
Yeah, everything I saw online said it's the 7th.
That would have been a cool situation, though, to unveil some big character right before. But here's the thing, though. Review copies already would have been out there, so it would have leaked anyway. Unless it was something you download day one just to hide it. David Easley, just a few more super chats here, and then we'll close up. David Easley, Mario Maker Switch, except it's a 3DS port.
Don't wish that evil on us.
That'd be, yeah.
The Jake HDF says Pikmin just for Bob. I know he hates it.
I have no reason to hate that game, but I really don't like Pikmin. I have no solid reason. I hate it.
Bulmore looks stupid. I will say that he looks really dumb. I don't like the Bulmore.
Wolverine 12 says, I would pay good money for an Ocarina of Time HD and Majora's Mask HD pack for Switch. I feel like a lot of people would pay pretty good money for that.
I just want to revamp up the collector's edition, but have them all. Oh my god, that'd be such a sweet wraparound. After the GameCube version, I get chills.
Yeah. Wind Waker did pretty well on the Wii U, didn't it? When they brought that up,
it did. Well, because they also had the Wii U bundle for the actual edition for it. I have mine. It's just pretty to look at. I don't even play it anymore, but it's nice to look at.
You know what? I would buy Wind Waker again. I hate to admit that I would.
We just played through it again.
It's my favorite Zelda game outside of. Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game, but Wind Waker before Breath of the Wild was my favorite Zelda game of all time. So yeah, I definitely.
What about Link to the Past?
Yeah, Link to the Past.
Ocarina of Time.
I gotta stick with Link to the Past.
Wind Waker, pirates. You're on a boat. It just spoke to me.
I actually was one of the weird ones back in the day. I liked the art style a lot back in the day.
I love the art style.
That was me. I liked it. So.
I loved you were out on a boat, and it was just something completely different than what I expected from a Zelda game. So it just became my favorite.
But there was that part at the end where you had to go collect the 8 shards, and that was like the most annoying thing ever.
There's a lot of stupid things.
Parts.
They drew that game. Man.
There's a lot of dumb things about Wind Waker, guys. Like there's a lot of like the boat, like the sailing. There's a lot of stupid things, but there's a lot of things that I love. There's a lot of flaws that I love.
Actually, I thought the sailing was fun, but the that ending part, I was like, all right, they just wanted to tack on an extra 4 hours to this thing. 3 or 4 hours.
I actually remember the first time I played through that game, I was like, dang, it's almost over. Like I put all this together, and then it's like, well, I broke it into 8 shards. So have fun finding it. Oh, also, you need to find the maps to each of those shards too. So and then you gotta find the ghost ship. So you need to find the map to that one. And it's gonna change different parts of the map every single night. So good luck.
Oh man, that was.
I mean, at least the final boss,
fun.
Wind Waker, made up for all the.
Yeah, the final boss
was one of the most gory endings in the most cartoonish style ever. Like as a kid, like my mom walked in as soon as Ganondorf got stabbed in the head. She's like, "What the hell am I letting you play?" And I was like, "Mom, look what happened!" And she's like, "I know what happened."
That's like, that's the weird thing with Wind Waker. It's like really mature. I mean, if you look at the little, what are they called? The kokoriki things.
Kokiri?
Yeah. When he plays his instrument, it's literally a twig with 2 berries.
Okay.
Like if you look up the picture, he plays his violin, and it's just a long twig with 2 berries hanging at the end of it. So I mean, he's stroking a. Never mind.
No, I don't understand what it is.
I didn't think about it that way, man.
I literally just streamed this the other day. I still don't think about it.
You guys got to play some more wholesome games like Grand Theft Auto. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
playing an instrument, man. Dang.
Wishbone says also Tokyo Game Show on the 19th. Dirt Rally 2 could be shown. Would Dirt Rally be a Tokyo Game Show game? I don't really think about that game like in that sense. I guess. Who does Dirt? Who does Dirt? Who makes that game?
Codemasters.
That's Codemasters, right? Yeah. Codemasters. Who did Onrush? That was the people from MotorStorm, but I thought that was a part of Codemasters. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Would that be? I feel like we're gonna expect more things like actually Ace Attorney is from Sakon 10 here. New Ace Attorney game announcement incoming. Yes, apparently there is an unmissable Ace Attorney event happening at Tokyo Game Show. So don't miss it.
Ace Attorney and Smash.
More than likely they're bringing it to the Switch, like we've already kind of heard. So there you go.
They already announced it.
Yeah,
they already said it's coming to the Switch. So
there you go. Unmissable.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more than one game. I don't know.
Yeah, they did kind of say it's going to be multiple, like probably like remakes or whatever, and a new game.
Yeah, there you go. Ace Attorney fans get excited. Why do you only Jake HDF? Why do you only let 50 characters in your chat? I don't know. I don't really touch that, so I'm not sure. But I can look into that.
50 characters sounds about right, though.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Well, I mean, like more than that.
Don't want people writing essays in chat.
Dougie says AMD versus Intel. Your preference? AMD currently. But Intel is Intel's just been lazy anyway. So AMD, I have a Ryzen 7 right now. So maybe next year I'll build another computer and go with Intel. We'll see.
Yeah, because their framework was still weird, right? Like last time we checked.
Oh, I went to AMD because they had better pricing and the Ryzen 7 was better. So for what I was going from an i7 to that or i7 to that, I was like, let's go with the new hot thing, which is Ryzen.
Because we looked at the new upcoming comparable ones, and it's apparently their motherboards are like terrible with them or something.
I mean, they're coming out with some sweet processors now, man. So I don't know. Their i7's got a bit of a boost, but a lot of video editing. So
yeah,
I'll have to see what the framework is. I'll check that.
Give me the sweet threads. Except Threadripper. Apparently it doesn't work well with Adobe, but there you go. What about everyone else? I guess I should ask everyone else. AMD or Intel right now?
I'm running a Ryzen 7, so.
Oh, see, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I got an Intel, so.
I'm on a piece of garbage Intel.
Oh.
Bob, what CPU are you on? You told me last time. What was it?
I don't know. It's a Hackintosh from like 2013. So
oh, man.
I need an Intel.
You're still running on Windows 7, though, right?
I'm on Windows 8. Well, for the other partition.
Bob, you need to drive over to PA, man. We'll go up to Micro Center and we'll build a computer straight up. We'll walk in, build it, and walk right out.
Do it. Stream the whole thing.
I got a 3.4 gigahertz Intel Core i5. That's what I got going on in here.
All right, new donation goal. New donation goal right now.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go build you a computer. We'll do it. there,
Hashtag
and
get
we'll
Bob a
stream
computer
it.
2018. Yeah.
And then the last one, Johnny R, $5, no message. Thank you, Johnny R. And that is it for super chats. Let me just double check. Yes. Yeah, all right, we're good. Let's go around here. Starting with Miss Click. Thank you for joining us last minute. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me. I'm on YouTube as Miss Click Gaming. I'm on Miss Click, or I'm on Twitter as Miss Click. You can find me as well. Easiest place probably to find me besides those two is just missclickgaming.com. Streaming every day, so you can't really miss me. I'm stuck here. So
yes, go check her out. Go check her out. She has some fun streams over there. And then OJ, where can they find you?
Find me right here on YouTube. Player Essence, also on Twitter at Player Essence. Oh, you might not want to follow my Twitter account. Never mind. Just follow me on just follow me on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. We got some cool stuff coming up. Obviously, the Nintendo Direct. If that happens, we're gonna be talking about that. All that. We do live streams every single day. I have a lot of chat integration. I answered a bunch of questions, the same ones all the time. So guys, come ask me all the same questions you guys ask me here.
You're so patient, dude. You're so patient.
So yeah, we do that every day. So check out the channel. And we have a giveaway too. I was linking that for some of you guys. We have 2 days left, so make sure you check out the $50 giveaway. I know you guys like free stuff, so I'll link it.
Bob, wait a minute. People in the chat said you're still on Windows 8.
Yes.
That's because he said he's on Windows 8.
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about Windows 10, but then he said 8, so I agree.
You made a joke about Windows 7, and it's almost worse than I'm on Windows 8.
Bob, you're in like emergency situation here at DEFCON 1. We're gonna have to get you over to Pennsylvania, dude. Get that Micro Center going. I'm telling you. Man.
I think my parents just bought a computer for $120 that sounds more powerful than
dude.
yours.
I will find you a computer on Craigslist tomorrow for like $300. I am the Craigslist finesser when it comes to that stuff. Why do you think I have like 12 monitors?
Yeah, that's too much.
Because they're like $30 a piece.
My monitors are more expensive than my computer right now.
I told you, 4K monitors, $60, man. That's all over the place. Yeah, it's what mine. That's how much this one was. They thought it was a TV, so I gave them $60 for it. It's only a 28-inch TV.
Did you play along with it? You played along.
Yeah. They came out with it.
That's the best part about this is making sure you screw them over.
Yep.
They walk out.
How do you feel about that? Let's go through that.
I mean, they walk out scratching their neck, asking for $60 for their, 28-inch TV. I'm not going to pay too much for a 28-inch TV.
Big air quotes around their 28-inch
TV. Yeah. So it's an Asus 28-inch 4K 60 hertz monitor.
Okay. Yep.
That is what my Xbox One X and my PS4 Pro hooked up to.
I'm just pissed that you got it for $60. What the? Okay, whatever.
It was sweet. It was sweet. Nate, where can they find you, man?
They can find me at Direct Feed Games on Twitter, and then you can find my YouTube channel from my Twitter because the URL to my actual YouTube channel is a disaster.
Yeah, it's some like I think you could rename that, can't you?
Yeah, I think I did, and it still didn't come out right because I had to add like an extra word or a letter to something, so it actually makes no damn sense.
It's like that. It's like those MySpace usernames or the AIM ones where they have X's all over the place and like O's and stuff back in the day. Yeah. So go make sure you go check him out there. And that's Bob. We need to make sure Bob's channel is out there. Bob.
Oh yeah, I'm at Ninja on all platforms. No, I'm youtube.com/wolfden WULFFDEN, and then on Twitter Bob Wolf.
You gotta go support him. He's on Windows 8.
Yeah, I need.
No one should have to.
I need help.
That.
Oh.
We got a GoFundMe going. It's awesome.
Get Bob off of Windows 98.
For $70, we'll build him a better computer.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. I don't know. Are we rating somebody?
I don't have anyone.
That's a thing on YouTube.
I can.
It's
not a real thing. It's like a kind of thing.
It's a cool thing.
There's a lot of people on my.
You guys are saying raid. Would you guys like to raid somebody? Would you like to do that? We can find someone for you
We're just playing Destiny.
Urcha's playing Destiny. Oh, that's Evan's. That's Evan's Twitter, by the way, guys. If you want to follow him on Twitter, Urcha. Yeah, we can do Urcha. Yeah, guys. If you want to drop that in there, OJ.
Yeah, I'll drop it in.
Oh, she's live?
Yeah. And Destiny, the new Destiny 2 stuff.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, so OJ's going to drop the... Okay, there it is. So there's Urcha's YouTube. Go say hi. Say, hey, I'm from the SpawnCast, and then hit the like button on there and everything for her. And that's gonna do it here for SpawnCast. Evan believes it's episode 75. I'm gonna have to.
Everything's pointing to 75.
I'm gonna have to double check the scorecard on that one, but yeah, sorry, we'll go with that.
Run the numbers.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Everyone in the Daniel, how I'm telling you, this cast could be something huge. It's kind of big now.
It's already something huge.
We'll see. We're moving up the ladder here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was a lot of fun. We'll be here next Saturday night, and I was expecting to be able to talk about the Direct this Saturday night. Next Saturday night, we should be able to talk about the Direct. Hopefully, it happens. So we'll be talking about it and everything. So yeah, guys, I guess that's it for tonight, and we'll see you guys next time.